I've learned a little bit of Spanish though.
Let's go.
Voy a casa 10:30.
Okay.
You got it.
Okay. It's live.
What's that mean, Norby?
That means you just said that on the internet.
No, what's... Okay.
That's what it means.
Is that Raisinette?
No, this
No.
is a think thin peanut butter protein bar. 30
you go.
grams of protein, 180 calories. Can't go wrong.
180 calories?
Yes, sir.
Just in that?
Yes, sir.
Did you guys ever get Tiger's Milk Bars?
Oh yeah, those ones had like but I don't know. Did you like those?
Yeah. Maybe too much.
Okay, so this is episode 37. For a little bit, Davey, we were on like episode 35 for like several episodes in a row. Or 34. We just lost count. But I went back and figured out, so we're on 37.
It's because we had like 4 lost episodes, so then I think we got delirious.
Where
Yeah,
are
we would go
they?
back and be like, oh, we gotta go back and talk. But now we're kind of set to go, I think. No, wait. I forget. There's something with like love exposure in the Layolo episode.
It was quick.
But that one was
Yeah, it
split
was
into
quick.
2
Was it split?
because it was 4 movies that we decided to do 2 and 2.
Yeah, but that specific, those 2 episodes were like,
It was
Or
Dog
those 2
Tooth
movies.
and The Vanishing, right?
yeah.
And then those 2.
Yeah, and then those 2 as well. Anyways, so today's episode 37. We're talking about Donnie Darko, the director's cut, S. Darko, and the Miracle Mile. And today our guest is Davey.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Do you want
I'm
to plug
here.
anything? You want to plug like?
Butcher
Phantasm?
PD on Instagram. I'm running Phantasmic Zine. It's a local independent zine based out of Las Vegas, plugging horror artists and artists who work in a transgressive sphere. Yeah.
Nice, yeah.
You wanna
Thank you.
you wanna slide in, Norby, to the camera?
I the mic won't reach that far.
Oh damn. Do you want us to slide towards you?
Sure, yeah, that'd be good.
You mind sliding, Elijah?
Towards Norby?
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay.
Got in the hat.
We're live on Instagram, streaming
Are you
Cat in the
really?
Hat right now.
Yeah. Dude, I actually dead-ass want to rewatch that whole movie.
It's a great film.
Long ass time.
The production design is
It's a
crazy.
great film. It's film, guys.
It's not a
It's
movie.
a film.
Cinema.
It's not a movie.
Was it nominated for
Peak
anything?
cinema. Was that?
He's nominated for cinema.
Probably a Razzie.
Yeah, I was nominated for a few Razzies.
Let's go back over here.
That editor had to have had a very fun job.
The production design is actually great, though.
Yeah,
Wasn't
yeah.
it shot by Emmanuel Lubezki?
Yeah.
Like Alfonso Cuarón's DP?
It was shot by him?
Yeah.
That's why it looks so good. That's why it's such a good movie.
What's going on, film fans? We're here with episode 37?
37, yeah.
37 of the Screen Tongue Podcast. We just had a little introduction going on. How's it been with the zine, Davey?
It's been going good. I was telling Norby
Oh, look right there.
when I came in, I'm finally getting to the point where I have to start turning people down.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I'm getting so many submissions, which is both unfortunate but very exciting. Getting a lot of really great art submitted, some great writing, and I'm always looking for more. I know I just said that I'm turning people down, but always looking to.
You're looking for good stuff.
Yeah.
Just turn down the good ones, everybody.
I'm looking for more writing, especially. I feel like that's something people kind of get nervous to submit, but yeah, short stories, prose, poems, all that shit. I'm ready.
Booyah.
Yeah.
That's just, do you edit it and like kind of manage it all yourself?
Yeah, I pretty much outside of the artwork itself, I do all of it. I print it myself. I design the layout myself. It takes about like a week for each issue, but I try to give each one its own like unique feel. So trying to balance that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Thanks for coming on the podcast
Thanks
today.
for inviting
Screen
me,
Time.
guys. I'm so excited.
He listened to a couple episodes. Which ones did you listen to?
So I listened to the Halloween Ends one, which was probably my favorite. That shit had me cackling. And then The Vanishing and Dog Tooth.
The Exorcist.
Are you a fan of like Fangoria, or what
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like got you? What made you want to specifically do like a zine?
So I have always loved Fangoria, but there was a like independent magazine called Verotica that came out back in the 90s, and it could have been a lot better than it was. They made a movie about it.
Okay,
And
okay.
the movie's really bad. But I remember like the cover art was always really cool, but I kind of was always upset because the cover art usually depicted like really graphic depictions of violence against women. And I wanted to make a zine that was all about horror and that was about gross shit and, you know, freaky stuff without only featuring violence against women. So like if you've seen the cover of the second issue, you know that it's pretty not that. Yeah, so
Huh.
yeah, that's
Okay, that's why.
I had to censor it. On
Yeah.
Instagram.
Okay.
This is the one that the artist made.
Yeah, my
or-
tattoo artist.
Let's go.
Shout out Say. She's great. She does tattoos. If you want that tatted on your body, you have
Yeah.
to do it.
oh no.
But yeah, I've always really been into horror, and so I just wanted to make a space where horror artists could, you know, send stuff in and where it could all be in one central location. Whoa.
How many sales have you been getting?
I've sold a few on the second edition. I want to say I sold like 20 copies, which
Damn.
was pretty big.
That's
yeah,
pretty good. Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Like
really
the
good.
the first one, I didn't charge anyone for. Also, I don't like having like a set price for them.
Sure, yeah.
I just let people pay whatever they want. Like, it could be,
so what's like the mean
so
like price that
people pay a lot more than I expected.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if it was you or someone else. Like multiple people paid like $10 for like
Damn.
like that. Like
I give you $4.99.
yeah, like that. Even that, I'm like, all right. Like it cost me like 17 cents to print each one. Like
Dude, you're making a killer.
yeah, but I do.
That's the way to do it. Just like
Yeah, I do make sure to split all the money I make with it though, with the artists who I present.
Yeah.
I didn't get to do it with the first one because it just didn't make any money. But the second one and the ones coming out, I want to make sure that the artists who are getting featured, that I'm not making money off of them.
Sure. Yeah.
So I make sure to give back to them.
Okay.
So yeah, just know that if you ever buy an issue or if you donate to the zine, all of that money is going back to supporting artists.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. So when's your third one coming out?
October 25th.
October 25th.
Oh,
Okay.
dang.
So,
Uh-oh.
It's coming up.
and like what is that?
Like
6 days.
6 days, yeah. I
Nice.
got to get on that.
I gotta get started.
No, literally. yeah, no. Luckily, I have everything collected already. I just need to lay it out,
Sure.
interview
yeah.
the artists.
Oh, yeah, for you, yeah. Especially
got-
when, you
yeah.
have, when you have more than what's, what's necessary.
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
this is bigger than the first one. How much bigger is the third one now?
I'd say the third one's going to be probably 4 or 5 more pages.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damn.
We got short stories, we got art, we got a comic strip. So
Let's go.
yeah. And then there's things I'm trying to keep in every issue, like the pick of the week, the artist interview, things that I'm trying to keep as like recurring segments.
Mm-hmm.
So
Have most of the submissions for like the content been from Vegas? Have they been from?
So that was another thing I was telling Norby,
Norbington.
is that like I unfortunately haven't been getting that many local submissions. I'm really grateful for the submissions I'm getting, but a lot of them are from like Georgia, or I'm interviewing artists from the UK. But I haven't gotten a ton of local submissions, so that's something I'm always on the lookout for more. And I'm gonna make like a commitment myself to make sure that the interview slots are dedicated more to Las Vegas artists.
Nice. Yeah.
Because I think so far like Say is the only one from Vegas that I've interviewed so far who's from Vegas. But yeah.
Do you have that? Did you videotape it or did you like audio record it?
I audio recorded
Okay,
it,
nice,
yeah.
nice.
And the audio recording is really funny because I gave the interview while she was giving me this tattoo.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
like in the recording, I'm like, yeah. That was a lot of fun. And I always have a blast with the artist interviews. They're always really great.
It'd be cool. You should post that somewhere. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
The audio recording, unless you don't want to.
It's probably really embarrassing.
Do you feel like people would think you're like a wuss or something?
Yeah.
Dang.
It's also just like me like moaning for like half of it.
We'll just redub that part. We'll just say
Yeah,
you
yeah.
like, hey, so dude, have a deep voice for the interview.
Yeah.
You got the interviewer.
I'm just gonna have you dub all of my parts over.
We'll have Johnny do it.
Bruh. Okay, so do you guys want to get right started in the movies, or do you guys want to talk about like recently watched, or So usually what we do, and unless we're strapped for time, we'll like talk about like probably for like an hour, just like movies we watched. Just, like, you know, since we did the last episode, or sometimes we'll just get right started. We'll get started right away with whatever the first movie you want to talk about is.
I don't know. Just get started.
Okay, yeah, let's
jump
Let's
right
dive
into it.
in.
Yeah.
Okay, so technically this isn't my pick. I know everybody's kind of looking at me, but like I don't know. Elwood, this is technically Elwood's idea. So we
Alright.
should probably start at Elwood.
So Donnie Darko, I picked it with S Darko because I saw S Darko at Zia. And I wanted to watch it, but I didn't like Donnie Darko, so I thought like, oh, I'll try and find maybe like it's time to rewatch it because I know it's like Norby's favorite movie.
It's not my favorite movie.
It's more
one
like
of
his
my favorites.
Bible.
It's not my favorite.
Yeah, bro, it's like
It's my Bible.
that's I'll
My
get into that
Quran.
later, but it's I don't know. I just wanted to rewatch it. I only ever saw the theatrical cut, and if I'm being completely honest, I'm trying to be transparent. I watched it in high school. I couldn't go to sleep, and someone had posted on YouTube with no ads. So I watched it on my phone in bed. I only wanted to watch like 10 minutes of it and go to bed, but I watched the whole thing. At the end of it, I was like, man, this shit sucks. I put it away and I went to bed. And then that's the last time I watched it.
Just the one time.
Except for yesterday, I watched the director's cut, and I don't know. When I got here, I told Norby and Davey I got like D-pilled.
D-pilled?
Like I got like double D-pilled, Donnie Darko pilled.
You got K-pilled. That R. Kelly cut really got to you.
Yeah, bro. R. Kelly really fucked me up on that one. Rewatching it, I appreciate it more now. I still have problems, but well, I want to get into that later. But what did you guys think of Donnie Darko? Go ahead.
This is like my fourth or fifth time watching it.
Yeah.
For some reason, the first time I watched it was in my high school psych class.
What?
Yeah, shout out Mr. Cole. He put it on when we were like learning about schizophrenia.
Nice.
Yeah. I have always really liked Donnie Darko, but I'm not gonna lie, it has always been a movie that's confused me. Like people have explained it to me like so many times, and I'm just like, all right, like yeah, I get it. I am really curious though. About like what the differences between the theatrical cut and the director's cut, because I haven't seen last time I saw it was like years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always had a really good time with it. It's just it's really moody in a way that I really like.
Yeah, really moody.
Yeah.
Do we save you for last?
I'm just trying to see where to go.
I saw
Save you.
the theatrical cut, I think, around when I met you, I think.
Yeah. Watch Donnie Darko.
Yeah. So
We can't be friends unless you watch.
You just
I
don't
watched,
get me.
and I remember, kind of like being confused by some of it. I don't think I really enjoyed it too much the first time I saw it. And then also around that time, I remember you talking a lot about like Blue Velvet, and I remember not really liking Blue Velvet a whole lot when I saw it at first either.
Really?
Not too much. I rewatched it this year and I liked it a little bit more. And this and Blue Velvet felt very similar, like tonally.
I wouldn't say that.
I don't know. It reminded me a lot of Blue Velvet with like the way the characters talk and stuff like that. So yeah, watching the director's cut, I felt like I haven't seen the theatrical in a few years. I felt like it made more sense though, and we kind of talked about a little bit. The book, like I feel like explains what's going on, but I don't know. I haven't watched like a video essay on it, so
Yeah.
I don't know the real answer.
Well, I don't know if we can continue this podcast unless we've at least seen at least one video essay for
Bro,
each film tonight.
Didn't do your
today.
fucking homework, bro.
No, I didn't. But I thought it was really entertaining. I think I liked it a bit more this time.
Nice.
Donnie Darko. This is the first time I've seen the director's cut, but I've seen the theatrical a handful of times. I enjoy the movie. I remember the first time I saw it was sometime in high school, and that's the prime time to
Mhm.
see it. You
No,
know,
yeah.
In a high school brain, you know, high school emotions, and for me, it's always just been one of those things that it almost feels like it belongs in a tangent universe because like. It feels like a fluke almost when you see the rest of Richard Kelly's filmography. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't even seen him, but it's just like he doesn't really make movies, or I don't know what happened, you know. And that happens to plenty of you know, directors, creators, or whatever. But you know, from I think the thing that I always remember the most about it is how specific some of the sort of details are of the suburban area that he kind of creates, whether it be, you know, the PE teacher and questioning the mom's dedication to sparkle motion, or certain things like that. And even I think the movie takes place in like 1988, and theoretically that would have been when Richard Kelly was 18, so it feels very of, you know, memory. Yeah, I'll be honest, I still kind of prefer the theatrical cut. I kind of like it that it's a little bit more ambiguous with things. It does help you follow it better, but I always thought you could follow it pretty easy in the theatrical one. But maybe that's after a couple viewings too, and we could talk about that. You know, some movies kind of almost require a second viewing, and does that, you know, lessen the value of it or not if you have to almost rewatch it or, you know, do some homework on it, you know, read into it. That being said, it's also kind of silly. Like,
Yeah.
so like, you can't really take it seriously.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that, you know. Great cast, you know. Is this like Patrick Swayze's last film?
Nah. He would live for 9 more years until
okay.
S. Darko came out, and then he died.
Favorite standout cast member of the movie, Jerry Trainer.
Yeah, Jerry Trainer.
yeah.
What is he? How do I figure out what I want to be
do?
when I
Yeah.
grow up? He's basically like this character from Drake and Josh.
Yeah. I thought Seth Rogen was going to be like the crazy, like, oh shit, he's in the... Nah, Jerry Trainer. Stole the show.
Wait, really quick. Is the girl that is before him, is that Ashley Tisdale?
I don't know.
I
Who?
don't...
What'd you say?
Sharpay?
Yeah, Sharpay, the Maddie from Zack and Cody.
Oh, I didn't watch Zack and Cody.
All right, fuck you guys.
It's not a me question. Yeah, I just fuck with the movie. I just like the movie. The first time I watched it, I didn't know I was watching the director's cut, so I felt like watching it right off, I definitely had like a better understanding of what was happening in the movie. I still proceeded to watch like 10 video essays on it. I just loved how the movie felt more than like less about like the sci-fi stuff or like just what's happening. I think they do a good job of putting a high school day to day in just like a really interesting light that like I haven't really seen any other movie do quite as effectively as that. But yeah, I like the movie. I was looking at the comments in the YouTube because they have it for free on YouTube, and
With
somebody
ads.
said this is just the Mysterio like origin story or something like
Yeah.
Bruh.
that.
Rey Mysterio.
No, because he plays the
What?
villain Mysterio in one of the new Spider-Man movies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really quick, it was Ashley Tisdale.
Oh, was it really?
That's crazy.
Yeah, the girl that goes before Jerry Trainer. She's like, oh, how come my sister eats too much?
Yeah.
She's like, what the fuck? I'm
don't-
sorry, I'm just trying to help you.
That's probably one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie.
I didn't remember this movie having such a stacked cast. Like, every time someone
Yeah.
showed up, I was like, oh yeah, like, Drew Barrymore.
Jenna Malone.
Yeah.
Jalen said this is the Oppenheimer of 2001.
Oh yeah, what'd she think of the movie? Was her first impression?
She watched it after I went to, because I watched it at Kane's house with Kane and our friend Johnny, but Jalen watched it, I guess, this morning sometime when I was sleeping.
Oh, speaking
But
of Jalen, she
that's
said-
just what her letterbox review says.
Jalen also said in the chat, she said, "Did y'all catch the Panama discussion on the TV?"
Yeah.
I pogged. It is Ashley. Okay, it is.
They're talking about invading Panama.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah, this movie came out. I was just talking to Davey and Elwood before you guys got here. It came out October 26, 2001. So like a little over a month after 9/11, and it's just interesting timing, I guess.
I was listening to
To say the least.
an interview with Richard Kelly because he did a rescreening like last year or a year or 2 years ago, and he actually talks about that. Like now watching it now, it feels almost like this pseudo 9/11 movie, even though it was made right before.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I could totally see like why, because like this movie didn't do great at the box office, did it?
I think
No.
they didn't market it after like.
Yeah. I could
Yeah.
also just see like audiences like not wanting to like
See a
engage.
plane and
Yeah.
someone's-
And even just beyond that, like it's a really like
It-
just nihilistic.
It's just such a hard movie to pitch to someone.
Yeah.
I was listening to on the way here. He did a recent interview on April 6th of this year with Mubi, the
Mubi,
movie
really?
podcast. Yeah,
Okay.
but it was like kind of stupid because it was like the podcast episode's about more like the soundtrack rather than the actual like movie.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah.
But they have Richard Kelly like interviewed and stuff like that. Man, I miss Cat in the Hat. But basically, he's being interviewed and shit like that, and they talk about that. They talk about how the whole time he kept getting pushback for making it 1988, because the whole time they're like, why don't you just make it now? Like it'd just be easy to make it now.
Interesting. Yeah.
But he was like, nah, it's got to be 1988 because high school in the 80s is. He said it was such a softer time. Like there wasn't like the school shootings yet, like mass school shootings and shit like
Yeah.
that. Like if it was in 2001, he said that Donnie would just be on the computer all day. Like he wouldn't go to school. He would just like sit in his room, like on like early like 2000s like online forums.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like there
That'd
would
that'd
be no
dope
like.
Too, though.
You said what?
That'd be dope too.
No, that
I would
kind of reminds.
probably-
Honestly, a lot of this movie reminds me not just of like that one script that you were making, Slave.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It reminded me of Slave, but like futuristic. But
Yeah.
also the way he talks reminds me of you.
Yeah,
like
I
like
based my whole personality. People say Ryan Gosling, but I was like, nah.
What the fuck?
Donnie Darko.
Who says that?
Bro, you need to dye your
You
hair
guys don't
black.
know it? Like you guys don't know like the whole incel online fan base that says like I'm Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
but like
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't act like Ryan Gosling, you act like Donnie
So I
Darko.
said I didn't choose Ryan Gosling.
Well, yeah, no, because
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling's like the guy like no one understands me type guy. Like Donnie Darko is like
No
the
one
school
understands
shooter.
that guy.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the like really interesting thing about Donnie Darko is that like he's like kind of cool. Like he's like
He's got
re-
Riz.
Yeah,
Unspoken Riz.
Yeah, like he's like this like weird kid with like a lot of like really intense like psychological issues, but like he's also kind of like bad, you know? Like he like girls want to like
He's a
talk to
bad
him.
boy.
Like he has friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he still
The-
has like two. He's like the leader of his friend group still. Like,
Yeah, those two guys.
There's that one part where he's all like at the end, they're at the party, and he's like, I gotta go see Grandma Death. And like his friends, like they're smoking a cigarette, and they're like, oh shit, we gotta go right now. It's like, damn, dude, those friends like they want to know what's up.
I love the part where they're talking about the Smurfs.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, actually, if you guys weren't fucking
Yeah.
morons, you'd know.
He's like,
Smurf
damn.
Hat was made
Yeah.
by Gargamel.
and then he, after that whole spiel, they're all like, why'd you get so smart on us, Donnie?
Yeah.
It's like, bro.
That part where they're like, whenever they wait at the bus stop and make fun of the,
Oh
The
my
Chinese
God.
girl.
Poor-
Yeah.
poor kid.
Go back to
those are yeah.
go back to China, you fucking bitch.
It's fucking brutal,
That
dude.
poor
Like, Jesus.
girl like does nothing throughout that entire movie, and it's just like the like target of all of like
Yeah.
their like just like unraged hate.
Yeah.
The part where she's doing the dance and like everyone's like watching.
in silence.
Yeah, and like Drew Barrymore's like off to the side, and she's just like, okay. And then like the moment after that is the sparkle motion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then she has that notebook with Donnie's name.
Yeah,
on it.
yeah,
yeah.
It's just like, yeah.
In a lot of ways, I kind of felt like Donnie's the person that gave her confidence to go on stage.
She's doing it for Donnie.
Yeah, she's doing it for Donnie.
Let's
Like
go.
because I was watching it with Kane, and Kane really liked this movie. So we talked about it for like an hour after we watched it, and then I went home, and he called me again at home talking about it more. And he was basically saying like, wait, so if Donnie doesn't exist, she doesn't do like the dance and shit like that on stage. So does that mean Sparkle Motion doesn't do it? And then
But
I
I
hung
feel
up
like
on him and I went to sleep. It's yeah, she's doing it for Donnie. Like she's like in a lot of ways, like she like the little like the Samantha Darko was upset that Donnie wasn't there, but I think Well, what's her name? What's her name supposed to be?
Samantha. Yeah.
No. The Chinese girl.
Charita.
Charita Chung or
Charita?
something.
She should have been in Darko.
Chen, I think.
Yeah,
That
if
would've
she
been-
came back, that would have actually tied it all together. Damn.
How many characters have like the alliteration name?
Oh, Donnie Darko.
Is
Charita's
the
Gretchen. I don't know her last
Gretchen
name.
Ross.
Well, that's not even
Gretchen
her
Ross.
real name. She said she chose Gretchen
yeah.
Ross.
Oh yeah.
Is it
I
just
don't
those?
Grandma Death.
I don't think too many of the characters. It's just
okay?
Frank.
the bunny.
He's a 6 feet
Jeffrey's in the chat.
6 feet tall
Let's
bunny
go.
rabbit.
Jeffrey said.
Jeffrey's at NCC right now.
He said there's a big community of all emo girls who feel like Donnie Darko is them. Interesting. I haven't heard that. That's interesting.
Oh wait. Oh sorry, no. Keep it in the chat.
That was it. Just that one.
I was gonna say the way Donnie, the part that reminds me of you a lot, is when Donnie has those outbursts like at school where he starts talking about like, well, it's not that simple. They can't just categorize in two different things. Because you told me this one time that you had a class at UNLV and they asked you like,
Oh yeah.
What's the difference
that
between-
class was straight up so stupid.
Wait, wait.
Oh
I
my
want to hear.
Okay, go for it.
you had like you had a class at UNLV and you said that like the question was like, what's the difference between like us and like animals? And you were like, and you were like, they were saying shit like, oh, they don't wear clothes. And it's like, no, obviously they don't have cognitive thought. Like they can't fucking remember shit. Like literally the way that Donnie talks about the bunny, like in Watership Down, is the way that you talked about like the kids in like your UNLV class.
A little bit. Yeah. But I wasn't even trying to replicate Donnie Darko in that moment, bro.
You were just mad.
You just
Yeah, I
are
was
him.
it's like they said like what's the difference between animals and human beings, and people were like, oh, dude, religion, clothes, restaurants. It's like what the fuck are you talking about? You know, it's like that is the dumbest shit. I'm sorry. It's just like it was a whole class of college students. Nobody said like self-consciousness. Like nobody. I said that, and people were like, "Whoa, that's deep."
Why'd you have to get so smart on us, Norby?
Like, why you do that? Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know. But,
What do you think the purpose of the Chinese girl in the script is though? Like, just as someone who Donnie touched, just a
So,
random person.
This is something that like I've thought about a lot because like for some reason like out of all there's a lot of stuff going on in this movie. Like there is a lot of stuff, but I think because somewhere in the book they talk about like angels and like there's something at some point in the movie where they talk about like the pure and then there's like the corrupt.
Mm-hmm.
I think like Charita is the only character who we never see do something like malicious to somebody else. Like everyone else in the movie is not a bad person, but like does something pretty mean on purpose with the intention of being mean, except Charita. And I think that's why he has that moment where he like puts on her like earmuffs. He's like, because she's just, and she like even when she's doing the dance, she's dressed as like an angel too. So I think I don't know. It's she serves a really interesting like foil to everyone else in the script.
But she's just like a victim, kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like she's either like being harassed or she's trying to like defend herself. Like she just
Yeah.
says "shut up." A lot.
Shut
Like,
up.
That's like,
Shut up.
that's
Shut
like,
up.
Imagine that being your line. Like
Shut
like,
up.
Shut up. Like,
The crazy
every
thing
other
is too
scene.
is that like she keeps saying that and then you're like, oh, like she must have like a really thick accent. And there's a scene where she reads the card and she has like a really good English accent. Like it's like they're just like being straight up like
I had the
Or-
subtitles on for that part just because I wanted to see, and even in the subtitles,
Shut.
it's shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
And then is this Seth Rogen's first movie?
Maybe feature. I know he did Freaks and Geeks before this, but
Oh, the guy who composed the score for Donnie Darko did the score for Freaks and Geeks.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
interesting.
That is interesting.
But I wouldn't be surprised if this was his first movie.
Dude, his first line in a feature movie is "I like your boobs."
Yeah.
It's interesting.
You wanna walk me home? Sure.
What was I gonna say? What'd you guys think of the music?
Oh,
that soundtrack was banging.
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's busting. It's a great soundtrack. My biggest problem is that in the director's cut, he changes the opening song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
That's the one thing that bothers me about the director's cut as well.
It's like so because Killing Moon's like a perfect opening
Yeah.
song. Like
Yeah.
even just the way it's like edited, like that part when like he's in like the town and like the women are like jogging and like the camera like whips to like him in the street. Like it's timed to the music, like it's all timed to Killing Moon, but then like Killing Moon's about like faith, like literally it says like you can't like escape faith and shit like that, like it's always gonna like catch up to you. But then they replace it with an NXS song, the same song that the gay dad in Euphoria dances to when he finds out he's gay.
When he finds out.
They move the Killing Moon to the end, don't they?
Yeah,
It's
like
like the party scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. That felt. Yeah, I was like, what?
It's kind of drowned out a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Love will tear us apart though. That part. The reason why I watched it in high school is because I knew all those parts. Like people would clip those parts and I'd be like, oh fuck, this movie's made for me. It's like my movie. And then I'd watch it. I was like, man, this is not me. This is not for me.
Mad World has become like such a meme, but
Yeah.
like genuine, like I think it's used like actually like really well in that scene. It just sucks that like, yeah, you hear like all around me are familiar faces. Oh my
When
God.
did it start really becoming like a popular meme?
I want to say like 2010 probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swag era.
Mm-hmm.
No, because I feel like that's a lot of the movie I couldn't take seriously at the time, just because like everything that is in the movie became like a meme later.
Yeah.
Like he was like an incel like school shooter that like at the end of the movie is like all around me are familiar faces. Like the song in the Gears of War like trailer, bro. That's a song in it.
I remember thinking that song came in like a lot earlier in the movie, and I was waiting for it. And then once it finally came
really?
in, I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, here it is.
It's that's one reason why like I think like most people like don't like Donnie Darko's because of that.
Yeah.
That's like the number one reason is like, dude, the Mad World part, I just can't do it.
I like the Tears for Fears sequence. You know, the school.
Yeah.
Basically the introduction to all your characters.
That scene has a few like crazy things going on. It has the kid like snorting coke in front of like,
Yeah.
the principal, and the principal just like doesn't say anything. Also, why do they get out of the back of the bus?
Yeah,
Did
that's
you
what-
guys notice
Because
that?
it's just
cinematic
cool.
AF.
with like the spinning camera. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It's such a I don't know.
That's such
it,
like
it
a-
looks dope though. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, damn,
Yeah.
they're like what a pimp, bro. They go through the back of the bus.
I like to think that Donnie just doesn't give a shit. It's his choice to go to the back of the bus.
He's such a non-conformist. He goes out the emergency exit.
Yeah.
He just cut
Sorry.
off his
How do you feel about what were you gonna say?
I say in that sequence they also do a lot of like it's like slow mo and then they speed it up.
Yeah.
Slow-mo
Yeah.
again.
I remember seeing the the behind the scenes for it too. They did it manually because it was on
Mhm.
film, so
Oh,
they had
that's
to
fucking
change the
crazy.
frame rate,
Holy
like
shit.
timed. Honestly, it's a very well executed scene,
Mhm.
even just the
Yeah.
blocking and everything.
yeah.
Because even in the slow mo parts, I don't even know how you would time some of the looks they do. You know, so
Yeah.
it works pretty well.
During the movie like interview with Richard Kelly, he talks about that's the first thing that they shot. So like a lot of people didn't even trust him because he was like 25 and like it was his first movie basically. And when the first thing he wants to shoot is like a music video basically, like this slow mo music video with all the kids in high school and shit like that, and no one believed. They were like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" Like he's like, "Don't, just trust me. It's gonna be so cool. You guys just trust me on this, bro." And then basically as soon as they got the rushes back and he showed the crew. That's another thing too, is that they didn't have the rights to the music yet. So he was really begging on the idea that like Tears for Fears would give him the music to use it. That was another thing too, is that a lot of the music they were like, oh, we can get new songs cheaper like if you just make it like the 2001,
Sure.
because all the shit was in the 80s. And he was like, nah, just, and he showed him. They're like, oh, okay, I fuck with this. And then they continue with the movie. But I feel like, I don't know, in a lot of ways he's like a trendsetter. Like I feel like a music video in the movie, I feel like that's such a normal thing to me now. Like in a lot of movies there's just like scenes with just like a song playing over it. Like I don't know, even like shit like in Snake Eyes with Nicolas Cage. There's like a whole scene. Oh no, in Scarface. There's a song in Scarface where the whole like basically he didn't want to direct a music video for it, so he just made a scene in the movie, the music video.
That's interesting.
Well, I feel like even the like the speed up, like slow down thing, like I can't really think of anything before Donnie Darko that's how they shoot like every party scene in a movie now.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
But like the fact that it's like shot in like a school, like as everyone's like showing up is like, I don't know, I found that really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And not to jump ahead too much, but honestly, watching S. Darko in a lot of ways highlights some of the highs that Donnie Darko reaches, where it's like they do a party scene, similar slow motion in there, and it just doesn't. It's just goofy. It's just goofy. What do you guys think about like sort of the religious aspects of it with Patrick Swayze's character, or how it's kind of mostly poked fun at in the film? Well, that in correlation to the main story is still the supernatural. Like there's still a higher purpose to life and all that, but there's almost like this hypocritical sort of figure.
I think Patrick Swayze is almost like a false prophet the whole movie, because he's like preaching and everyone's listening to him, and Donnie Darko, you know, the real prophet. It's like, what are you guys talking about?
He's Jesus.
Yeah. Donnie is Muhammad. You said what?
Or I don't know, Elijah. You're
No. He was going.
Okay.
They live in Middlesex, and a lot of. This is the last time I'll draw correlations between Norby's real life and Donnie Darko.
Oh my God, bro.
Even where he lives, like where he lives, it feels like Donnie Darko.
Yeah.
Like this area of town, like there's like a school in the middle of it. Like you don't really have to go far to like get to anything really. It's like all in your community basically.
Then the sewers right there.
Yeah, the sewers, the hills, the mountains.
The park.
I didn't even realize. Oh, that's crazy.
Bro, like you live Donnie
I am
Darko,
Donnie
bro.
Darko.
And
High
Darko,
High school felt like I don't never mind. What were you gonna say, Elijah?
Is Middlesex? That's not real, right?
I don't think so.
Middlesex, Virginia.
It was Virginia, or
Yeah.
Because that's where they
Is
say
Virginia?
she's from in S. Darko. But I always
Middlesex,
thought Donnie
Virginia.
Darko was set in California.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, it's a place. It's a place. Middlesex County
Where is it?
in Virginia.
Interesting.
Why do I always think this movie was set in California?
I think they
Well, because
did.
it's all shot in California.
Yeah.
The theater that they showed The Evil Dead at is like a theater that's still open like to this day.
Wow, that's dope.
In terms of religious aspects, Kane was trying to say that Donnie was like Jesus and like he was like a sacrifice for like the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
But then that made me think, and I guess what I really want to talk about today was like I guess the time travel aspect. So when I watched it the first time, I can see how like if we all watch a theatrical cut, how there's a lot more to like kind of like discuss and like theorize and shit like that, because like it doesn't tell you anything really. But then like watching the director's cut with what Richard Kelly intended with like tangent universes and shit like that, how the fuck am I supposed to know what a tangent universe is when I watch Donnie Darko the theatrical cut? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I completely understood it.
Shut the fuck
when he woke up laughing, I'm like, okay, he lived the lie. He understood.
Yeah, but does that mean that because at the end like everyone wakes up and it's like, oh, they have like the horrors of like the tangent universe?
I don't know about that one though. I don't know what they were thinking.
Does that mean that they understand that they were also like they lived that universe and shit like that? Like, do they like know?
They don't like.
Well, they have the book says that people will often be like have nightmares of it or some, but they say most won't remember.
It's like I imagine it being like a sort of weird deja vu
Deja
type
vu,
of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, where it's like they wake up and
They feel
they have
sad.
Bad
but
World
don't know
playing in the
why.
background, and then
Okay, so when Donnie doesn't get hit by the engine because he was out with Frank, he was meant to die. Like he was destined to die, but
Yeah.
he like changed his faith. But so obviously he realized, no, to save the world I have to go back in time and kill myself to make sure the world continues.
yeah.
But the thing is, the airplane engine still comes from the airplane
Like
that they were on
plane,
and
yeah.
shit.
That's the one thing that always confused me about it too.
Well,
Is like that plane is still
Well, okay. So the way I see it is, so there's one timeline, right?
yeah.
And then because of Donnie's vision that leads him out of his bedroom, there becomes a separate timeline, right?
Mhm.
So this timeline, the one that's separated from the original one, is always going to collapse because it can't like sustain itself because it's
Mhm.
built on a lie
Mhm.
that Donnie survived that night. So then if he goes back in time, the problem of where does the plane engine come from never happens because the plane engine came from the
The
separate
ta- yeah, the
timeline, which
tangent
collapses,
universe, yeah.
and therefore probably in the original timeline, they probably do know where that plane engine comes from.
Mm.
Interesting.
But it's just
But-
it's.
No, go ahead.
I guess the biggest thing for me is that the jet engine is still like, there's still 2 of those jet engines in that primary
Yeah.
universe.
Mhm.
It's like that's where it's like it's not like a complete like closed loop.
Mhm.
It's like it's still the only thing that's supposed to happen was that Donnie dies. The jet engine like that whole debacle is still kind of up in the air. But that's another thing too that kind of I was thinking about just like why what's the point of like having what's the point of like leading because it's like he's sleepwalking, but they make him sleepwalk out of the house so he can live basically like an extra month so he can go back and not sleepwalk out of the house.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird sort of plan or I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, see what I was talking with Kane that we called and we were talking about this. So does that mean that like Donnie meeting Frank and shit like that? Because like they said, like if you could see your future, you would try and like change it. But obviously, you see with like the shit
Yeah.
coming out of him, like no one, even when Donnie sees like his own, he just follows it. So like he doesn't actually try and like go anywhere different.
Yeah.
So does that mean that like when I feel like I'm in high school, does that mean that when Donnie goes and meets Frank and shit like that, the movie happens, he kills himself, goes back in time, gets himself killed and shit like that, the universe is still trying to correct itself? Because the reason why the jet engine like is off the airplane is because the world basically like swallowed it.
It's
like
it went through like a portal. Yeah.
Yeah, it went through a portal to go back in time or back in time or to another dimension, or I guess however you want to call it. It goes back in time, whatever, drops on Donnie, kills him, right? But the thing is, like you said, well, you could be like, oh, well, that they in this universe they would know where that engine comes from, but the way it would fall off would still be the same. Like the universe is trying to correct itself. So I guess in a way, I guess I'm asking more like, so now that we're in this universe, we're really quick.
The primary universe.
The primary universe at the end. Does that mean that there's gonna be another person that's supposed to be like Donnie, where he kind of like sees like the future and shit like that, where like.
Well, that's what the
Yeah.
sequel's for.
Yeah, that's Iraq Jack.
Okay, wait. So Iraq Jack is like the new Donnie.
Yeah.
But that movie's stupid.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Colin said he smoked PCP and dreamt the entire movie. He took too many pills.
So that means that there is like an Aeon Darko. Like there's just multiple people that are the representation of like Donnie Darko.
We
Like
have to make the part 3.
Norberto
Norberto.
Darko.
Yeah, and
That's why I said Endarka. Yeah.
And Darko.
What do you mean? There's multiple Donnies?
Like
yeah, they call it the receiver.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
The seer or something.
receiver
And
has
then
to
the
like.
manipulated dead.
So
Sick ass band name.
Yeah.
just the name is so cool. Donnie Darko is such a cool name, but Donald Darko sounds stupid. Donnie
Yeah,
Darko
that's
is
probably
so
why he goes
cool
by-
though.
Probably why he goes by Donnie.
This is so unrelated, but the night before I watched Donnie Darko, I was with my boyfriend. I was sleeping, and apparently I woke up in the middle of the night, and I looked at him, and I was like, "Where's Donald?" And I went back. Yeah.
What the
And
fuck?
then I was watching Donnie Darko, and then
Where's Donnie?
He was like, "My name's Donald," and I was like, "Whoa!" Like this is great. Am I D Darko?
D Darko.
Davey Darko?
Davey
D
Darko.
Darko. That'd be funny. But you're saying multiple Donnie Darkos because
Like Iraq Jack is like Donnie in a sense where like he like changed his faith because S Darko like Samantha is like his Frank.
okay, I gotcha. Yeah, that's where it's like I really fucking don't like the second one that much. Regardless, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I never really paid too much attention to like how involved Grandma Death was. Like I don't know. This time I was really thinking more about just how knowledgeable she was to have written that book and just like that. I mean, it's not really like a world or like a rule. It's just like a weird sort of thing to know about. I don't know.
Does her book exist
The philosophy
both-
of time travel.
universes?
Probably, yeah. So it's like that's the one thing about the universes. So it's like it splits off from the main one, the tangent universe. But I don't think they're both happening at the same time. It seems like the tangent universe takes complete control, and they have to go back in time so they can continue along the primary universe.
How does the
So-
physics teacher just have the book though? He's like,
For,
here, don't tell anybody about this, and just pulls it out of his
Well-
drawer like he was waiting for this.
I sort of thought of it like it's all like meant to be like everything's like predestined, like everything's like faith. So like he just had that book from like a random occurrence, but like it wasn't random because it was always meant to happen. Like it needed to happen so Donnie could get the book to go back in time and shit like that. But more importantly, does Grandma Death, like, did she see the future where Donnie sent her that letter, and is that why she checks it every day?
Maybe, yeah.
Well, obviously you check your mail every day, like regardless. But like the way where she just goes back and forth like all day, just checking it, just waiting for it to be there. Like, so basically, does she know that Donnie? So is she like the first Donnie?
It kind of implies that there's something she knows about, I don't know. Maybe she's like omniscient or some to some degree or something like that.
She used to be a nun, right?
I think so.
And then what made her change?
She
She started teaching science.
Yeah, she taught science.
Okay.
I forget exactly what happened.
And
I
then
want
she
to know
wrote
more
the
about
book.
her.
Yeah.
As Sparrow.
They should have made they should have put her in as Darko.
Prequel. Oh my
She
God.
is.
No, it was our Sparrow. Her name is like.
Oh yeah, our Sparrow. Our
yeah,
Sparrow.
like Roberta Sparrow.
No, because isn't that Iraq Jack's mom?
Grandma, I think.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Which
So
like
fucking stupid.
They really should have brought back the Chinese girl. No, I just can't get
she
it out
should
of
have
my
been
head.
the receiver. That would have been crazy.
So wait, so in this, well, I guess we'll talk about that when we get to us Darko. I guess, do you want to keep talking about Donnie Darko or you want to move on?
Wait, no, I'm still confused. Keep
What are
talking.
you confused about?
The whole movie.
So like, what part? Where does it get confusing?
So, it's essentially the movie The Tangent Universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the jet engine falls and he's not under it,
Move this
so
out
he's
the
like
way.
out sleepwalking. That's when the tangent. That's when the TU starts.
So the beginning is the normal universe.
Yeah.
How does he
The
just
TU.
wake up like that?
He
In the
just
middle of the
sleepwalks,
road.
I don't know. He's just
His like schizophrenic.
yeah.
So that's just.
Well, isn't that part of the? Isn't that also part of the Tangent universe?
Well, so my thing is like how much of Donnie Darko's like visions is actually just like real like schizophrenia, and just like how much of it is him being a receiver.
That's why I like the theatrical cut, because it's more ambiguous.
Yeah.
So you can almost have your own interpretation. But now that you have almost a little too much information, now you're trying to piece it together too much.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. Because like
So-
there's a part in the director's cut that's not in the theatrical part where it's like the mom talking about like the pills that he takes,
Mhm.
and there's just like a lot more like discussions about his schizophrenia in the director's cut, which like you said, like it just like makes me more confused about whether or not like Frank is the manipulated dead or just a schizophrenic hallucination.
So I want to ask, in the director's cut, or I guess in the theatrical cut, do they talk about that one line where she says like you can stop taking your pills, they're all just placebos?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that happening, like obviously schizophrenia is like a real thing, but that makes me think: is it not schizophrenia? Like, is it just like? So I guess also like, what is Frank? Like, is Frank like? Why is it Frank? Like, why is it his girlfriend's like boyfriend? And why doesn't he think about that? Like, why doesn't he know that that's his girlfriend's boyfriend?
His sister's boyfriend.
Or sorry, pause. His sister's boyfriend.
Sister's boyfriends. I
real
don't know. They
quick,
have a
though.
real grip on people. You know.
That therapist is an awful therapist.
Yeah, deadass, though. She's
there's the
terrible,
part
yeah.
there's the part towards the end where he's like really like losing it, and he's talking about like probably like killing somebody,
Yeah.
and she like hella starts feeding into his delusion. She's like, when the sky opens up, it's gonna be you and your memories. And and like if he was like actually like unhinged, and she just like she's like, you're right, like believe the sky is gonna open.
She just
You-
hugs him.
yeah.
Dude, even just like that first hypnosis part where he's like talking about like
Fuck.
That part's
Christina
great.
Applegate,
going
yeah.
in his pants, and then she stops it, and he's like, his hands are like half down his pants. He's like, what the fuck?
But see,
The
my
way-
thing is
the
sorry,
way
no.
he talks when he's hypnotized.
Like the baby talk.
Yeah.
Or he like grabs the teddy bear too, and he's like holding it.
See, when that happens, that would make me think like I wouldn't trust that therapist then, because it's like, wait, what the fuck are you making me do when I'm hypnotized? Like the first time my hands in my
Yeah.
pants, the second time you're holding me, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you're holding like a teddy bear.
I don't know. It's well, okay. Well, still, like, what is like Frank? Like, I guess how does the Tangent universe happen? Because the only reason why it happens is because it's like Frank is there to like save him.
So it's like they use Frank to guide him back to that moment where the jet engine falls so that he could die.
But if Frank just never existed, he would have just like, he would have died anyway.
If Frank never existed.
Like if Frank didn't like call him, like talk, like come here.
Right. Yeah. So that's kind of like my major thing with it. It's like it feels like it could have been just better written.
Supposedly he wrote it in 28 days.
Yeah, he wrote it in the time that the movie takes place.
Yeah, see, he probably should have had an extra like
year.
Probably should have been 48 days.
Did you guys know what this film is like based on?
What do you mean?
Supposedly
This happened to the director.
no. So Richard,
It's a real story.
R. Kelly.
when R. Kelly was in college, he he read a newspaper article that said some kid died because like a big ass like block of ice that was attached to a plane fell and crashed into his room and killed him.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, but what if it was a jet plane engine? And then he wrote Donnie Darko.
Then the song.
Proceeded.
I just got
Around me
chills.
are familiar
faces. It's crazy that song was like made as a cover for the end.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Like when you go
the
on.
original is so. I love the original too.
Mm-hmm. No, because the original is really good. But obviously, it's not the same tone. Like the original's a lot more. It's like synthy and shit like that. It's like
crazy that those are the lyrics for it though. Like it's such a poppy song.
Yeah.
But the lyrics are so just like depressing.
Who does the
That-
original?
Tears for Fears.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That one, that was their first like big hit. That's what made them like famous. Was Mad World. Mad World.
What do you guys think of the cellar door, like the phrase?
That kind of fell. I don't know. Because she writes it on the board, and he's like, "What's this mean?" And then she's just like, "Someone once said that it's like the most mysterious."
There's almost like some like 48-hour film logic that goes on. Like
Yeah.
I looked it up. It actually is.
The most
Cellar
beautiful.
door.
It's called phonetics. It's like a thing where people just analyze like the sound of a word, and like or like phrases and whatnot. And there was like this one. I don't know if he's British or what, but like he said,
Cellar
like
door.
cellar door is the most beautiful phrase ever.
Jalen said something kind of accurate though.
Let's see.
Be a cunt.
Oh shit! Yeah, she said a lot. She said, I think the thing that makes the film clowned on today is that the dialogue and execution of certain scenes are
Yeah.
so woe is me. Jake Gyllenhaal and his mouth breathing Kubrick stare. Bruh. Then also, if a therapist hypnotized me and I almost started jacking off, I think I would have to go home and kill myself and close the window right there. Then Jalen said the English teacher was fucking wild, heavy pedophile vibes.
Like when the
No.
girl comes in and she's like sitting
Sit
next to the cutest
yeah.
boy.
For real.
And then she doesn't even choose the boy. Like she chooses Donnie for her.
Yeah.
Oh wait. And then Colin said some stuff. Colin said, "Whoa, Donnie." Alright, he said, "Wait, let me see." He said Donnie Darko is actually just really high the whole time. One foul. If Frank is a schizophrenic hallucination, then what about the end when Donnie Darko shoots him? Then Gabe said, "Hi, dads. Can I come get my wallet right now?"
Bruh. He left his wallet.
Yeah.
Dude, he left his wallet in his diary.
Oh, yo.
Can we do a live reading? Gabe?
Yo.
Live
Like pick a
reading.
page. We'll do a live reading.
Colin said, "Hi, Gabe. Yeah, come visit me." Okay. All right, that's it for the chat for now.
Well, what was that thing we were talking about?
Yo, that looks like the new Bob Marley.
One love trailer.
One love. Well,
The cellar door thing.
Oh, so
Oh.
well, there's a couple parts too that just feel like just like random information that Richard Kelly had, like what's like the most like useful invention ever when he's talking about sanitation.
Yeah.
mhm.
Antiseptic.
That sounded like Norby.
That sounded like some Roman Empire shit.
Yeah,
Let's go.
It's just weird because it's like a cellar. So a cellar's like a basement, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like a cellar door. It was just the outside door of her house. Like it was just like the like a garden door, like a gate almost.
Yeah, I think it's just like the way that the door looked. You know.
It's still
it
not.
just looked
it's-
like a cellar door.
That jump scare that happened when they're in the basement actually like really got me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What part was that?
When they go into Grandma Death's house,
And the
he's like
bullies show
he's
up.
like cellar door.
Cellar door.
Yeah, sorry. What Jalen said, yeah, it is accurate. I think that's why I didn't like the movie like a lot when I watched it, was just because in a lot of ways Richard Kelly is like what's his name, Yorgos Lanthimos. Like he does get very specific performances out of like these actors that I feel like they feel very specific because obviously we have a frame of reference for the rest of their filmography afterward. It's like scared the shit out of me,
What up,
bro.
Johnny?
I thought I was gonna be like Frank behind me.
Yeah, I mean, check it, but yeah.
That mask is really scary.
Norby scared the shit out of Liz yesterday.
Oh really?
like-
Oh yeah.
He like walks up Aiden's stairs, and he had like a door there because he has like a dog now. And Norby just like put his eyes on the door.
Dude, it was weird. I didn't think she was gonna scream because she looked at me for like probably like a second or two, and then she screamed. I was like, what?
It's because you weren't wearing the hat.
Yeah, I was wearing this hat.
Patriot officer.
She's like, what the fuck?
You need to wear that with the Sturgis shirt. Remember the?
I did recently. Yeah, somebody was hella looking at me. But yeah, I don't know. I love this movie.
I feel like when I try to think about the science logic to it, like I haven't watched the video essays, so
Yeah.
but I guess like when I was watching it, I kind of just like viewed it as like, okay, that's like the acid trip portion of it, where it's like
It's so
I
funny.
feel, I don't know, just watching it and kind of thinking like, okay, it could just be in his head sort of
Yeah.
thing. It's like entertaining enough on its own, just with like the dynamics from the different characters. And it's interesting that it takes place in like October of 1988 because it was right before the election and right before like George Bush gets in there. And then, I don't know, it kind of just, like you said something earlier, like would she have gone up on stage, Charita, would she have gone up on stage if like Donnie wasn't there? And to almost think about it like that and like a butterfly effect sort of thing in a way. Because like maybe if Donnie's not there, like all these kids still do that love-hate exercise with the one teacher and like maybe no one really gives it a second thought. Stuff like that.
It's even like stuff where it's like obviously it's like really like butterfly effect shit where it's like if Donnie doesn't like die, so like Donnie didn't die, right? So he burns down the house to reveal that like the guy's a pedophile,
Yeah.
and because the guy's a pedophile, the teacher wants to go to the hearing, so she can't go to California with the girls. So his mom goes with the girls. On their way back home, that's when the jet plane like falls. So it's like they're on that plane that the jet falls off of.
Yeah.
So it's like if Donnie isn't there, that's like theoretically if he's not there, she doesn't go on the plane and shit. And because she doesn't go on the plane and shit, the engine shouldn't fall. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I guess it could fall. It could fall on a like from a different plane or something like that. But
then
But does the mom going on the trip change the
where the
engine?
plane's
Yeah.
going,
mhm.
Because regardless, it
the
would've
plane's still going to go that way.
Yeah.
Or will it?
Because then that's other things where it's like, okay, so if Donnie, like you could like it's butterfly effect shit. Like Donnie's not there, does the fucking pilot get sick that morning so the plane gets like delayed or some shit? Is that, you know what I mean? Like
It
there's
just
like
goes
shit
on
like that.
forever,
Yeah.
And you know you can't really answer that question, and you can just talk about it forever. But it's just shit like where it's like it's also like, okay, does Donnie go back in time, or does that universe just end like that, and then we just cut to like another universe? Does that make sense?
I think well, it doesn't just cut to another universe.
Cuts to S. Darko.
No. It cuts to like all the reverse shots, so it makes you think, oh, they're going back in time, you know.
Are all the eye inserts new for the director's cut?
Yeah, I think so. They look very like 2004.
It feels like an Enya music video.
Yeah.
Dude, if you watch Southland Tales, like that has like a lot of stuff that reminds me of that, like just the eye shots. Southland Tales.
I've heard that movie's wild.
It's
We
a
should do
fucking
that.
Crazy ass movie, dude. It's.
We should
it's
get
a
Richard Kelly on
nutty
here.
movie.
We should just save this for the Richard Kelly episode.
Friend of the pod.
But I
Friend
did-
of the pod.
Oh wait, sorry.
I say I did like when I first watched the movie. I think that's something that really changed my perspective, or really just provided a lot of context. I was in 1988. It's like the end of a decade, or approaching the end of a decade. So things are transitioning.
There's a cultural shift that kind of happens too from
Yeah.
the Reagan era and stuff.
And even just like in movies, like Miracle Mile, it came out in '88, but it's like it doesn't feel
Yeah.
like quintessential '80s movie.
Uh-huh.
It feels like it has like a weird sort of tone in it. It feels like there's no identity with it. It just feels like it's searching for
Loose,
something, you know.
Yeah.
And there's like a few movies I've seen from like around that time that just kind of feel like that, you know. And then
Like I feel like it's like the 80s identity has like really faded out, but like the 90s identity hasn't really formed yet. So like totally unrelated, but like Clueless is like made in 1990, and like it just feels like you're not sure if it's an 80s movie or a 90s movie.
Yeah,
because it's like right in that weird middle ground.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Donnie Darko's like that because they were probably shooting in like 2000 or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You know, that's also like, and obviously that's the start of the new millennium, but it's also just like, you know, people don't talk about like the year 2000. It's kind of it's also like another transitioning sort of period.
It feels like Donnie Darko feels like a 90s movie.
A little bit, yeah.
Like, and a lot of that has to do with it being pre 9/11.
Yeah.
But like it does still feel like, I don't know, like everything about like the like private school and just like the way they like go about it just feels very 90s. Yeah.
Apparently, it wasn't supposed to be a private school, but they already had a shoestring budget, and so the production designer just begged if they could just have all the same uniform for all the students, so they decided to just go with the private school.
I think it works a lot better, especially like the place that they're in. Like, obviously, this is the late 80s. Reagan, or it's Bush versus
Dukakis.
Dukakis.
And
That's crazy.
Such a fuck ass.
What's a fuck ass? That's crazy.
Yo, actually,
I love dude, the family interactions were so much fun. Like I
the parents are
that
great.
stuff.
Yeah.
I guess that the fuck ass is like a thing, like in like, because my friend said that he heard fuck ass for the first time when he moved to Kentucky.
What about suck a fuck?
I don't know about that one.
Tell me exactly how do you suck a fuck?
You want me to tell you? Yeah.
When can I pop one out? When you're in the 8th grade.
Yeah, I love that one part where he's talking to his dad, and he's like, "Dad, I'm crazy." And Dad's like, "No, everybody's in on this big conspiracy. And you know what it's called? It's called bullshit." That part is so great. Dude.
Everything with the parent, like that scene where it's the parents eating, and like the mom's like, regardless of like what woman it is, like she shouldn't tell her to like shove a piece of paper up her ass. And he's like,
I think we should buy him a moped.
and then and she's like, I want to get a divorce. And then they look at each other and they laugh. Like I really like the parents have a lot more going on than like they would in like a different movie.
How did you guys feel like at the end when we go back to the canon universe and it goes to the family member? The mom is just like kind of there with the cigarette, kind of a little bit more disconnected from it.
Well, I feel like it's a perfect setup for S. Darko, you know. It's showing the broken home. Like, you see, like, his older sister's, like, she needs to get out. Like life's too short, basically.
Hey, come on, guys. It's sequel potential.
Yeah, come on, guys. Like,
it's world building.
It's kind of stupid that Richard Kelly didn't make the sequel. You know what I mean? Like he left it open for it. You know what I mean?
Have you heard the thing where, like, Seth Rogen and Jake Gyllenhaal said, like, they didn't understand what the movie was about?
That makes sense.
I wonder if the cast of S. Darko knew what was going on.
We watched this whole featurette.
That was great. That was.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
But yeah, no, I enjoy the way it feels a lot. Like, it really is like a very specific kind of movie that you can't. No movie really reminds me of it the same way. Like, there's like movies that remind me of it, but not really because like the movie feels the same, but more just like maybe just people like this same people who like Donnie Darko, like
Norby.
like Pulp Fiction,
They like me.
They like Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, like it's like the same kind of like. I feel
It's
like
a film bro movie.
it is a film
Pulp
bro
Fiction,
movie.
Fight Club, Donnie Darko.
Well, I think it's also a thing where like it's also a great movie for someone who hasn't seen like a lot of like surreal or like experimental shit.
Yeah.
To, like kind
It's
of like
gateway drug.
Yeah. Like I first time in high school when I saw it, like I remember being like, this is crazy. Like I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah.
Like it is a good like kind of like dip in the water for people who are trying to explore film taste, I guess. Yeah.
Didn't you see this when you were 15?
Yeah.
What did it do for you?
It made him.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I just I really liked it. I don't think it was my favorite movie when I first saw it. I think I really enjoyed it. But I think this is probably like the 5th time I've seen it now. But I don't know. I just really enjoyed the just the tone that they got across. Like I think they, like I said, I just haven't seen a movie that really captures it quite like this one has. And even just some of the design, like the bunny costume, like it just looks cool. Like I like the way the mask looks.
Did Frank design the costume? Because like at the end it shows like the drawings.
He's like an artist. He made it apparently.
Damn, no wonder Maggie Gyllenhaal's dating him. He's cool as fuck.
He's based.
He's
Do
based as
you
fuck.
think he got the materials from the yarn barn?
Oh yeah, that's where she works.
Bruh, yes.
I'm making connections in my brain up here.
Bro, really, Richard Kelly's just too smart for us. Like that's Oh wait, really quick, I want to say, the podcast came out April 6th. Richard Kelly literally says I'm a director and writer of films, not as many as I would like to have made, but that's gonna change soon.
Let's go.
That's what he said.
That's what he said 2 years ago too in the Q&A I watched.
Bro,
Norby Darko coming
Norby
soon.
Darko. That'd be sick.
honestly,
we should
he,
just DM him. He'd probably answer it, honestly.
he has a Twitter. Like he.
How many followers? Because like, I feel like if it's less than a certain amount, I feel like it's like plausible that you
Yeah.
could like get a DM. From
Really,
him.
Vincent Gallo responded to Maddie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He did. I mean.
I DM'd one of the dancers from Climax just because I was curious and I got a response.
Oh,
It was crazy.
shit.
Yeah, yeah.
That's lit.
I know that all he does on Twitter is like he just reposts like Donnie Darko shit. Like someone will be like, "Oh my god, I love Donnie Darko." He'll repost it.
That's funny.
No way.
I really like.
Oh wait, he might be filming right
some of
now.
the dialogue's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cheesy.
Supposedly
Are they filming?
he's making a film called Corpus Christi.
Yes,
Corpus
October
Christi.
11th. So this month he posted. It has been less than 24 hours since I boarded a last-minute flight to New York City, and I find myself in the Brooklyn suburbs of Flatbush. The neighborhood is so... Oh, wait, hold on. He's just talking about...
Sounds like a Joseph.
How many followers does he have?
like less than 2,000. He only has 1,500. I'm going to follow on the back.
Is that actually him?
Maybe not, actually.
That's a weird username. It's like Richard Kelly, like
Um,
2,400,000.
It's hard to say now, honestly. I
It
don't know.
probably-
He put
uh,
hashtag Donnie Darko at
There's
the end of
been-
the caption.
There's been a
Let's go.
few like tweets I've made
Maybe
about
this
like
is
just
from
like
Twitter.
random celebrities where like the celebrity will like the tweet and I'll be like, oh, like they just like Google their like Twitter search their name and just like whatever tweet like their name
I
shows
mean,
up in.
That's what I would do. I wouldn't like it though. I would downvote it actually.
Yeah, I feel bad though because like one time, you guys ever watch Pen 15?
Pen.
Oh, what, the Hulu show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made a tweet about like how much I hated one of the like child actors in the show because like they do a really good job like playing like a mean girl, and then that actress like liked the tweet. And I felt so bad. I was like, you're like a 14-year-old girl, and I just talked about how much I hated your character.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be worse. You could like, you can make a song about Millie Bobby Brown.
I could.
I hate Drake, bro.
Who?
Drake.
Oh. Drake
But,
did that?
Wait,
He just said weirdos in my comments talking about Millie Bobby Brown.
But like, why does he keep hanging out with her though?
I don't think he has since 2020, but still.
Yeah, but that's crazy
That was
that-
even more questionable.
Yeah, because that was 3 years ago. She's like 19 now.
He was giving her dating advice when she was like 15.
Jesus.
She's engaged now.
She's married,
she
I
really?
thought.
Oh wait, she's married now.
I think they're already married, yeah.
That's crazy.
You guys seen it?
Is Jenna Ortega married?
Nah.
She's getting married in the new Beetlejuice movie.
Yeah.
Whoa. Is she gonna
Let's
be?
go.
Is she like? Oh, never mind.
Winona Ryder's in it too.
What?
Okay.
She looks exactly this. Like she's dressed the same though. Just
Have you seen Beetlejuice, Elijah?
Yeah.
Let's go.
I think we're playing it tomorrow at the Beverly.
It's a fun
It'll be
movie.
fun.
It's a great
I
movie.
think Kate hasn't seen that movie.
It got me into reggae.
What?
Beetlejuice
What?
is like my mom's favorite movie.
Oh, dead ass.
The part with the
Yeah.
shrimp scared me really bad when I was little.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just
fun
remember she would try to put it on for me. I would watch like any movie my like mom or my grandpa put on. But like Beetlejuice, I just didn't. I remember like I was watching it. Like even as a kid, I was like, "This is stupid," and I just left. I would just go to the backyard and just like I don't even know, like eat dirt or something like
You didn't
that.
fuck with you didn't fuck with Beetlejuice?
Not as a kid. I really didn't watch it like consciously until I was like maybe like 15.
Oh, so you weren't like self-aware until you were 15.
Yeah, for real. I wasn't. I was just on autopilot. I was like I had an iPad while I shit.
Bro, are you dead ass as a kid?
Yeah. Like in middle school, I was like I would take the school iPad into the bathroom
Jesus
and
Christ.
play like Terraria or something
Fruit
like
Ninja?
that. No, not
Yeah.
Fruit Ninja.
It's actually Terraria.
Oh, this might actually be Richard Kelly's account because I found Frank the bunny and he tagged it too.
Let's go.
If
You
it's
guys
not-
see the Criterion post with Frank?
Yeah.
Oh, James Duval.
Yes.
And he's in like a Gregor Rocky movie.
He's in like four or five
Yeah.
Gregor
How many
movies.
followers does this account have?
16,000.
Am I a follower?
Realistically, I could like make a fake Twitter account with Richard Kelly's name, buy a bunch of followers, and like just like pretend to be Richard Kelly on Twitter.
Yo, and then we
That'd be
blackmail him
sick.
like, if you want your Twitter account that we
Mhm.
made, you have to come on the podcast.
And you have to make Normie Darko.
Did he like?
Yeah, and Darko.
Has he not made movies because of Southland Tales?
No,
No,
he
he
made
made a movie,
the
The
box with Cameron Diaz.
Oh my god!
I
I forgot
rem-
about that
okay.
movie.
And
Has-
James Marsden, right?
I just think it's hard for him to make just to get funding, like just the kind of movies he wants to
He
make.
did like 3 flops in a row.
Especially like think about like the box. Like the box is about they give her a button. It's like
Yeah.
if you get click the button, it's $10 million, but it kills someone randomly.
Damn.
He says he has a handful of scripts though that are kind of ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they're good though.
That's
I
another
think-
thing too.
Yeah.
I think he's just not hot shit anymore. Like when he came out of the gate, he was like everyone was talking about him. Like they wanted to buy his scripts off of him and shit like that. Holes, Donnie Darko was like really like. That's the only reason why Donnie Darko got made was because it just drove so much interest. Like all these actors would be like, damn, who's making this one? They'd be like, oh, we can.
Have you heard of Richard Kelly's whole script,
No,
Davey?
I haven't.
Watch the last episode.
Anything else?
That it still is pretty wild though at 25 to I
Mhm.
don't know where you get the resources or the
Yeah.
I mean he did go to USC so you
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, this movie honestly think is like a really impressive feat for a 25-year-old director to
Mhm.
do.
If I was 25 trying to make Donnie Darko, I'd probably shit myself and then kill myself.
Shit your pants.
In
Nah,
what order?
Nah, for real,
Do you
like there's just so much in it. Like I think now, like being a little older, being a lot more mature, because when I watch, I was like, man, this shit's fucking retarded. This shit like
Yeah.
it's so
When you watched
meany.
it? In 2018?
Yeah, like 2018,
Yeah.
like before COVID for sure. But I remember because I only got like 4 hours of sleep before school started the next morning.
Oh yeah. I love that it has Watership Down in it.
Yeah. So wait, I was
watched
gonna
both
ask,
these movies like
did-
the same year. Both
did
of
you-
those the same year.
did you read and watch the Watership Down because of Donnie Darko, or was it just a coincidence?
I didn't read the book yet, but I forget. It was like literally the same year that I
Mm.
watched both these movies. I was 15, and yeah, I love both of the movies.
Oh, Kane said that a certain character in this film could shit on his chest, but can you guys guess which character it is?
Frank.
Chase Duvet.
F. Starco.
No. That's Darko.
Grandma Death.
Charita.
No.
Not Drew
The sci-
Barrymore.
the sci-
It is Drew Barrymore.
No way. Oh my
Because
God.
he said specifically the part during like the talent show,
When she says
he was like
You said that she could.
she could shit on his chest.
Poop on his
Bro.
chest.
Yeah.
Yo, just can you have a poop fetish?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. But he says basically like just certain women he would just allow them to do whatever.
Nah,
my
dude.
God.
Fuck no.
What do you want from me? That's his choice.
I don't know.
You're into people with the poop fetish, Norby.
No, you're into
No, just
you're into him.
I,
Wait, into
there's
Kane?
a-
Yo, wait.
I didn't look deep enough into the lore to find out he had a poop
I didn't
fetish.
either. It's like superficial. Like somebody's like, "Oh, look up Kurt Cobain has a poop fetish," and I did, and he does. And you're into him.
I don't know,
Whoa.
Norby.
Yeah, he said Drew Barrymore. The part during the talent show, every time we would cut back to her, he'd be like, man, I'm in love. He's like, you know what? Fuck it. She could shit on my chest right now. She could shit on my chest right now in front of all
Bro,
you
he's a
guys.
dog. God, damn, you put that guy on a leash, bro.
He needs more than he needs to be like his balls cut off.
Bro, all right, we need to talk. We need to do something else.
Is it about to end?
Yeah, it's the end.
Yeah,
I guess that's the
shit.
sign. Ratings? Or
Ratings.
anything else? And anything else about Donnie Darko?
People said a few things.
Yeah, let me read the chat real fast. Not Twitch.
I got the director's cut from Zia, and there's a audio commentary with Richard Kelly and Kevin Smith.
Kevin
yeah.
Smith?
Why?
Yeah, that would be cool to
Kevin
watch.
Smith, according to a Wikipedia post, Kevin Smith said that Richard Kelly should have been Christopher Nolan.
Let's go.
He said that Richard Kelly was doing high concept sci-fi before Christopher Nolan could drop a bomb on Hiroshima.
Bro.
He didn't say that last
Yeah.
part, but he did say that he's the he's one of the greatest filmmakers living today. He said that in 2016.
Oh my god, dude. We got a lot in chat.
Oh, booyah. What's going on, chat? What's going on, film fans? Welcome to episode 37 of the Screen Tongue Podcast. We got a special guest if you already haven't seen. Davey is here, everybody.
Colin doxed himself.
No way.
Colin said
Us.
Gabe said sure, but I do need my wallet. Just go throw it on the porch. Colin said he typed in an address basically with a zip code and everything. And Colin said I'd get off in an hour though. And Gabe said, damn, I got work. And Gabe said, never mind, don't throw my wallet outside. Frank low-key can get it, by the way. What? When Maddie's watching, Maddie said, yo, did you guys talk about Donnie Darko yet? Have you guys heard of / seen Harvey 1950? The character's name is literally Elwood. Have you seen that, Elwood?
Harvey?
Harvey,
Yeah,
1950.
Colin
No.
said, I had to hop out, and first thing I heard was, she can shit on his chest. And then he said, hell yes, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Then Colin said, what's y'all favorite torture method? He said, mine is brazen bull. Jesus Christ, man.
What's that one?
Oh,
Oh, is
that's
that when
what
you
I-
put them in the bowl?
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, Kane-
shit.
Oh, like Radiohead.
Kane's watching. Kane said, Donnie Darko is Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And Colin said, you got a crazy name. And then Maddie said, have y'all seen Harvey? And then Maddie said, Davey. Then Colin said, Davey. And then Maddie said, they say inspired DD, but Richard Kelly debunked it. But look that movie up. Interesting. Oh, that Harvey inspired. Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Let's
Look.
see this, Harvey.
Oh.
Is that a bunny?
Whoa, with
Yeah.
James Stewart. Elwood P. Down.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to get some water real fast.
Go for it.
I'm going to change my shirt real quick.
I'm gonna get some water real quick.
Interesting. Have you seen it, Maddie? Due to his insistence that he is an invisible 6-foot-tall rabbit, for a best friend, a whimsical middle-aged man is thought by his family to be insane, but he may be wiser than anyone knows. Interesting. I have not heard of that movie. Yeah. Here you go. Yeah, I feel you. I'm trying to get pretty hungry too. Oh yeah, I'll wait to read your guys' chat when they get back. That was a fun discussion. Yeah, Elwood, for every time I'd bring up Donnie Darko, he would just like shit on it super hardcore. I was like, I kind of get it, but it's like, I don't know. He also, there's this one movie called Brick. Have you seen that movie?
Oh wait, is that the one with
Yeah.
Shut the fuck
Joseph
But it's
Gordon-Levitt?
but it's like, you know, it's like I feel like that has like some similar sort of like not necessarily suburban sort of
Star
like
of the Century,
yeah,
yeah.
kind of like goofy like dialogue or like delivery sometimes. Kind of has like a mysterious aspect to it. It's like how could you like you're in love with Brick but you don't like Donnie Darko? It's like, you know, it's like I feel like those movies go hand in hand.
No, I was in love with Brick.
You were?
Yeah,
You
no,
what?
like it's not my favorite movie now.
Oh, okay.
But I hated Donnie Darko when I watched it. Like the first time, like I just didn't like it.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Norby, did the 360 cam have an SD card in it?
Yeah, I put one in there.
Did Johnny go on his adventure yet?
No, he didn't. He
Mission got
got canceled. So Johnny's gonna take the 360 cam and go to Spirit of Halloween.
Yeah, he was telling me
Okay,
that.
good. Yeah, it was Zach. Yeah.
Did Maddie watch Harvey?
I don't know. Yeah, Maddie, did you watch Harvey?
Is she still in the chat?
I said I have not. I've only heard. And then she said, "Elwood, the Edgelord."
Wait, who
L
said
Lord.
that?
Maddie said that.
Bruh.
Then Jalen said, "I guess." Let me see.
This shirt might be a little too warm.
Is that a pajama shirt?
Yeah. I felt like it was appropriate for
Is that a pajama shirt?
S Darko, yeah. I have the matching
guess so,
bottoms
yeah.
too. Striped pajamas, you know what I'm saying?
What movie should we do?
Hulk.
Gabe said, "Brick is for film students that became accountants."
Down.
That's such a weird thing to say. Brick.
Brick?
Yeah, it says basically Brick is for you, Elijah.
Yeah.
The movie?
Yeah, the movie.
That movie's fire. I don't care.
All right, so there's more in the chat. Jalen said, One thing. Would y'all choose the closed loop if you were Darko? I also wonder how many times he went through the loop. And then she said, I guess I wonder how many times he went through the loop because he either failed the mission or maybe chose not to go back, therefore restarting the loop. The real Elwood cameo is Legally Blonde. Elle Woods.
What's
Would you guys choose to go through the loop if you were Donnie Darko?
Nah.
No?
Did he choose, or did he just let it happen?
Seems like
Okay,
he's-
wait. He said, okay, so to go through time, you have to be in a vessel, like a car, any sort of metal vessel. So does that mean that did he take his mom's car because he needs to get in the car to go through the time or whatever?
Yeah, it was like that was his time travel car. It was like Back to the Future. That was his vehicle.
I guess.
According to Richard Kelly.
Well, how about Norby?
Oh,
One night
Sorry.
when we're somewhere together, let's watch Southland Tales and Donnie Darko again.
Okay.
I need to think about it more.
About Donnie Darko more?
Yeah, Donnie Darko. I think Southland Tales is gonna help me understand Donnie Darko more.
Yeah,
I told you,
bro,
bro.
for sure.
I
Yeah.
got fucking deep-pilled, bro. Like I swear, it hit me. Like I feel like I'm 15. Like it hit me. Like
This is a brand new account from Richard Kelly too. His most recent post is from October 7th.
Damn.
He said, "So it's been 22 years since Donnie Darko came out in theaters. ... And
Nah, that's probably just someone who had like my idea and just like made like a Richard Kelly account.
no, but he said Kirsten Smith has been pushing him to join Instagram for almost as long. So yeah, this is him. September 2000, Long Beach.
Yeah,
Time flies. ...
we gotta send him a message.
but
Oh, he directed something. Let's see this. Sorry, I guess this is a off pod.
I think it's. Did you hear that? Like apparently, he wanted to be involved with
Stark. No way.
Really?
And they were like, no.
Well, he doesn't have the rights to Donnie Darko.
Oh really?
Yeah, so he has no control over what they do with it whatsoever.
Do you think it would have been better or worse without him?
Probably at least way more interesting for sure.
Yeah.
More interesting for sure.
I don't know. It makes me think like I remember when I first found out that like the rest of the movies he made were like just based on the poster. I'm like, oh my god, what happened? I'm like, dude, there's some conspiracy.
Yeah.
There's gotta be like he made like that.
He made someone mad.
He got
Yeah,
cloned. He
it
got
was
cloned.
Like Loki, like a not a 9/11 movie, but you know, it had a plane in it. Had a plane crash. In it,
Yeah.
you know, it had a jet engine in it.
He was a prophet.
Yeah,
They had to
he was a
silence.
prophet,
They
yeah.
had to silence
Was
his voice.
9/11 an elaborate conspiracy to end Richard Kelly's career?
That'd be crazy.
Yo,
That would
wait.
be crazy.
That would be crazy.
in another in a tangent universe, the plane doesn't hit the towers. Richard Kelly makes Donnie Darko, but then he also makes Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Bruh.
But
He directs the Dark Knight series.
he's the Dark Knight. No, he becomes Christopher Nolan. So what happens is
But maybe-
Christopher Nolan makes the box.
Mm.
What also happens is that you know how like Christopher Nolan recreated like the bomb and shit for like
Yeah.
Oppenheimer and shit like that. That's Richard Kelly's going back in time. Like the bomb dropping. He got into the vessel, went back in time, had 9/11 happen, so he could make Donnie Darko, Southland Tales, and the box.
Yeah, maybe
I'm
He-
not following.
he woke up one day in his bed laughing, realizing.
Yeah, maybe
This is
maybe
it.
Donnie Darko's actually about his career.
Yeah.
He had to go back in time and make flops. That's
All I gotta say is I think it's Kevin Smith's fault. Like if Kevin Smith's like championing Richard Kelly and shit, and he's still getting movies made today. It's like he should be like somewhat producing or financially supporting Richard Kelly to make another movie. Like if he's saying like Richard Kelly could have been Christopher Nolan, they just didn't give him the chance.
At least have him on Fat Man on Batman.
That's what I'm saying. Like give him a hockey jersey.
Yeah.
He should have directed Clerks 3.
Yeah.
Bro,
Richard
Sorry.
Kelly should have made Hulk.
that'd been tight.
No, it wouldn't have
You
been
guys want to
tight.
rate?
How did he make Hulk and then Brokeback Mountain?
This is his perception of America.
Well, he needed to make Hulk to make Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, there you go.
This was the stepping stone.
Like, you don't understand. Like, really, we're really just living in an R. Kelly world. Like, he needed to make Hulk. Like, if he didn't make in a tangent universe, he didn't make Hulk, but he also didn't make Brokeback Mountain. To make Brokeback Mountain, he needed to go back in time and make Hulk. Do you understand? You understand?
I get it
I
now.
think we need a video essay on it.
Yeah, well, you should make a video essay.
No, honestly, when I was driving home from The Exorcist Believer, and I really thought like, oh, is this like my time to become a video essayist? But then I said, nah, I can't.
All right. Let's start rating.
I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Nice. That's pretty good. I thought you were gonna give it lower.
High rewatchability.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I need to check it out again.
Every time I watch it usually I watch it with Kate. It's just such a fun movie. Like I genuinely really enjoyed rewatching the movie. Every time.
I'd give this 1617 out of 2001.
I want to save mine for last.
No, best for last. Okay.
I'm gonna do like a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah.
I'm gonna give it 9 out of 10.
Damn, Darby. That's. Didn't you give Shame like a 7.9?
I didn't like Shames much.
Wait,
Donnie
the
Darko.
Ingmar Bergman one?
No.
Or the
no.
the
good-
Steve McQueen
The good
one.
one.
Interesting. The fuck you mean the good one? Donnie Darko, it finally got to me. It got to me probably 5 years too late, but it got here. And Donnie Darko, out of 40 bubbles, I give it like I give it either a 1 or a 40. There's a spectrum. But today, actually every movie's on the spectrum. That's actually still.
Bruh.
I'm just gonna give it like a 30.5.
Nice. Pretty good. See, that's way better than what you would have given it like a year ago.
Yeah, no, a year ago it would have been like a 10.
Yeah. Okay, so S. Darko.
S. Darko time.
The Donnie Darko story continues.
The saga.
Yeah, unfortunately, dude.
It's a continuation.
Who wants to talk about it first?
This would have been your pick.
Yeah, okay. S. Darko. I always knew about this movie's existence, and honestly, probably even before I knew Donnie Darko, because when I used to go to Blockbuster as a kid, the S. Darko DVD was just always there. I remember the bunny, like the basically the post you see on IMDb.
Makes it look scary.
Yeah, it was in the horror section. It would be in the horror section. And man, what a movie. What a movie. This was directed by a guy who mostly does TV these days, or has for the majority of his career been TV. And no knock on TV or anything, but maybe that's where he belongs.
Bruh.
This feels like a CW show.
Yeah.
It looks like a CW show.
I don't know. In an ironic way, I liked how it looked because it gave me genuine nostalgia. It takes place in the 90s, but it looks like it was shot in 2008.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it feels like it came off the set of Transformers and
It's like an
onto this
Aeropostale
one.
ad.
Yeah.
They're like in the desert, like with like 2009 like hippie wear.
it's the
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah.
The hair is what gives it away so much.
Looks like they came back. Did they come back from a rave?
I don't know where they were going.
They were on their way to become dancers at a club in California. They were just passing through.
But this is a movie you should not watch alone.
It's too scary.
Yeah.
Way too scary.
You won't make it.
We had a little drinking game, Davey.
Mm.
Anytime something just stupid happened, we would take a drink.
Oh shit! Did you guys end up at the hospital?
We ran out of beer.
It's basically you basically just end up just drinking like normally.
yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. The movie was awful. I felt like it wasn't even like. I felt like the FPS even like. There were moments where I just felt like this isn't 24 FPS. This is like 30 or 60 even.
It felt like it was like 35. Like it didn't
Yeah.
feel like a normal FPS for most of the movie.
Especially like during the parties. I was just like it looked.
It gave
movement
like
of it was
genuine
weird.
fan film vibes.
Yeah. I felt like
No,
I
even-
felt like this should have been on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the scene where they're sitting on the fucking windmill and like they're standing in front of a blowing windmill and their hair is perfectly still.
Oh, the green
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, the effects looked awful. It looked terrible.
When the dude's sitting with S. Darko on his dead brother's bed. I thought.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, he
yeah.
had that dead bro wrist.
Yeah, that bro is. I thought I honestly, the way the film was going, I thought they were genuinely gonna like fuck on the bed, like actually.
Bro,
like,
it felt like porn. It felt like it would have been more successful if it was porn.
This
Like, everyone
movie
in- sorry,
is
no,
like
go
weirdly horny. Like there's the part
Yeah.
where the religious lady, she's like talking about Jesus and she's like, he has big muscles and he's tan.
Yeah.
And he has long hair. And like, are you
And-
horny
any-
for Jesus?
Anytime the main characters meet like one of the other side characters, feels like the setup scene for like them fucking.
Yeah.
in the next scene.
everyone looked like a porn actor, like especially like when the dude pulls up to like the two girls in their broken car, he's like, "How can I help?"
yeah.
Oh, what's the actor from Twilight? What's his name?
Jasper.
Yeah,
Look at the way
Jasper.
he was dressed, bro.
The dude with
The
glasses.
fake glasses. and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I've seen some porn that has better production quality than this
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Like they had that motel set and that diner set, and then they had like
So-
just like random roads.
Streets, yeah.
Yeah.
It made no sense at all. Like I never once thought about Donnie Darko.
Except when she mentioned, "Yeah, my brother died."
Or like
And
when
he
she
was
takes
the
out the
lucky
book.
one. Oh yeah.
Wait, wait, that doesn't. Wait, fuck.
Maybe what?
It doesn't make sense. Cause why the fuck would she have the time travel book if he never got the fucking book? Cause he fucking died.
Oh, I didn't even
I
think
don't
about
know. I
that.
don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe she started looking into it. I
It
don't
also
know.
just doesn't matter.
So wait, what universe would this be?
The universe where Donnie
This is the
dies.
This is
the
canon.
PU.
This is canon.
canon.
This is the PU.
Okay, so this is the end of the. This is the end of Donnie Darko then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it.
So this is also like 1995
Yeah.
Yeah.
for
yeah.
like some reason.
So like Nirvana just hit.
No,
No, they-
no,
no,
he
no.
was gone,
Yeah,
bro.
he's dead.
He was dead.
No.
Shannon Hoon was about to die.
No. I'm saying no. Like it hit. Like the bullets hit
I
his
thought
brain.
you said. Oh,
Oh, is that?
I saw this Dave Mustaine joke today where he was on like some sort of European like talk show, and they asked him, "What'd you think about Kurt Cobain?" And he said he had good aim.
That's fucked.
He said in 1995 too.
So so she has the book, and she has the story she made about the unicorn, her unicorn Ariel. The one Donnie's like reading is like by Samantha Darko.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
when-
It's in the book, like it's in the time travel
Yeah.
book, but he wouldn't have the book because he died before he could get the book.
What if the book is like a living manifest of whatever's going on? You know, like
Huh.
it kind of just appears when it's needed most.
So
When she sees the unicorn in the clouds, I swear to God, it literally looked like Charlie the unicorn. The like
Oh,
you,
yeah.
I was like, did they just like use like the same like animation style?
It's crazy that they did get the same actress though
Yeah,
that played
She was
his little
excited.
sister.
She has the same first name as me, Davy Chase.
That's right.
but I think it's pronounced Duvet.
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 Oh really?
Duvet.
That's stupid.
Duvet.
duvet, duvet. I'm not gonna sing
Yeah,
it, but you know.
don't sing it.
When we were watching the sort of featurette, basically it kind of concludes with the director being like, "Hey, you know, people will love it or hate it, but you know, I think if you just really got to know the writer, it would give you a way different perspective." Like,
They're going in between the director, the writer, some of the actors, and like the way the segment ends with the writer is like he like stands up and walks away.
and then he goes to shake someone's hand and it like fades away, but then it continues. Like he like just died.
It fades
It-
back to like
it's
him
like a-
sitting back in the chair. It was so
It's like a J cut,
Did the
but it goes
actors-
back.
yeah.
Did the actors
Yeah.
in the featurette like look excited to be in the movie?
They all it looked like a
Kinda.
paycheck. It looked like because they were all like, I didn't really want to do a sequel to Donnie Darko, but then Jasper says this. But once they told me it was a continuation and not a sequel, and then I kind of got behind it.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me that like the only thing connecting this movie and Donnie Darko is Samantha, and like
Yeah.
they like I know that she was
I think your phone's ringing.
Oh no, it's mine.
Oh, my bad.
No,
Sorry.
good. I know she's like 10 in that first
Hold on,
movie,
I'll be
but
right
like
back. I gotta take a phone.
does not feel like the same character.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Well, because obviously the version of Samantha we saw in the original isn't the one we're seeing now, because that's the one at the end of Donnie Darko, not the one that was in
Shut
Sparkle
up.
Motion and shit.
Oh wait, she is a dancer. I like that they kept
yeah,
that as canon. They
What-
really, I'm wrong. I
Dude,
think they actually really
they
understand
had that
the character
flashback
well.
from the first
Yeah.
movie where they showed the sparkle motion
Uh-huh.
dancing. That was goofy.
They should have had her actually do the dance.
Wait, so is the girl that she's like with?
Like,
Was she also on Sparkle Motion too?
They
I
don't
think
say.
that's like a random friend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't really say.
Interesting.
What-
Wait. Actually, no, never mind. Never mind.
What was up with that like older like religious guy that was like creeping on her?
Another false
I
prophet.
thought he was supposed to,
Yeah.
yeah, like Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
But see, everything in this movie, it just feels like like derivative. Like there's no actual reason for it besides maybe a reference to the previous movie.
Yeah.
And again, watching it just made me honestly appreciate Donnie Darko more because
Mhm.
even if it's not like the best movie, it definitely at least feels specific and original in its sort of idiosyncrasies. Where
Stan
this,
My bad. Sorry.
yeah, that's Lou Ferrigno.
And Stan Lee.
Oh, Stan Lee,
Damn.
He's dead now. Continue. Sorry.
Rip
My bad.
Onk.
I'm sorry.
Damn, you fucked with his flow, bro.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Kaka.
The thing is, in this movie, we still have the artifact. An artifact comes from the sky,
Mm-hmm.
but it implies it's more like alien, or because it comes from like a meteor, right?
Mhm.
It's not
Mhm.
like as divine as the first film. And why does it infect Jasper?
Oh yeah, like why is he like got the rash and whatnot
Because there's no mention of really anything like that in
in the first one?
yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I kind of like to think that was just totally like unrelated. Like he was just getting
Yeah.
sick from like a meteor.
It's like it really does feel like the writing was just so bad. Like obviously you can tell, like all right, so we have like characters that are similar to like the first one, or like they fill that role.
What about like like the sort of reversal where S. Darko is the manipulated dead, like
Yeah.
the messenger.
And then there's also like the thing with like the thing in the middle where she dies. It's like that whole sequence was like so
fucking
unnecessary.
stupid.
It was
We
like-
haven't
But
even
then
brought up,
we got like three tangent universes.
Yeah.
we haven't
Sorry.
even brought up the like missing kidnapped boys.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
like
So,
that's the whole thing.
Was it just the dude, or was it both? Like is it like a church conspiracy
Oh,
thing?
yes,
Like
he
was
had
it both of
He
them?
had a kitty cave this time.
It got into
Okay.
it got into some like QAnon shit
Yeah,
where like
for
the
real.
kids like chained up in like the fucking cave.
Jalen couldn't pay money to watch it, so she wants to know what it was about.
Oh yeah, I couldn't make myself pay $3 to watch S. Darko online. So
No.
sorry. Can I have a quick rundown?
All right, let's give a brief synopsis. Should we read a Wikipedia synopsis, or should we try to do this ourselves?
We should do
Five
it like
brains.
a game, like one person does one sentence.
One
at a time.
sentence. Okay, I'll start this out. We open with a 17-year-old S. Darko. Following the events of the previous movie, she is now run away from her home and on the run with her best friend. I'll leave it there.
Yeah, they look like they just came back from a rave. I actually really liked the.
No,
No,
synopsis.
Yeah,
Just giving a review.
it starts off with them walking out in the desert, and I was gonna say I like the way the desert shots look.
Okay, I want the opening shot.
That
was
looks
actually
really
good,
nice.
yeah.
And they look like they just came back from a rave in like 2007 or something, and but it's not 2007, and their car breaks down, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
In
that's what
Utah.
happens. And then
Yeah.
Are they in Utah?
I thought it was like New Mexico
I
or
thought it was
something.
California.
I thought it was Utah because like
See, the movie's just bad.
well,
You
okay,
No,
don't
I
well-
think it
know
is
where
Utah because
Well-
I think I saw a license plate.
we'll get back to that. Norby, you're next.
Yeah, so their car breaks down. They kind of fuck around in the middle of the desert for a little bit, and then all of a sudden this guy comes in a hot rod, wearing sunglasses and slick back hair, offering to take him into town.
So he takes them back to this motel, and at the motel, there's like a flyer for it's like a missing persons poster, and is that what, poster flyer? What do you call those?
Yeah, like a flyer.
Flyer.
Yeah.
And apparently there's just been like a ton of like young boys that have been going missing in this town.
And then they go get a burger.
All right, move on.
Yeah. I can't remember what happens after that. They go get a burger.
Then there's a party scene.
Well, no, hold on.
Is that your turn?
Oh.
Well, at the burger place is where they meet. Is that where they meet Jasper?
Jasper, yeah.
So they meet Jasper from Twilight.
Mhm.
If you ever seen Twilight, look up Jasper. He also plays Sokka, not Sokka, in The Last Airbender, the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Oh, really?
And
What a filmography.
Yeah, Pack 2008, 2009.
they do some dine and dash, but we get a little sliver of S. Darko's pure heart because she sneaks back in to pay for the meal.
Mm-hmm.
After apologizing for calling his name gay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because
Are you a
because-
gay?
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't think you look like a gay.
Then we cut to interior motel night.
The two girls are together on the bed.
I don't think there was a song playing here, was there?
No.
Okay, so
Oh.
I don't
Soundtrack's great, by the way.
Yeah.
yeah, that was my favorite part. I really liked. I listened to it on the way home.
The sound, honestly, the biggest thing that draws Donnie Darko and S. Darko together is just they have two really good soundtracks.
They had to have put most of the budget into like getting,
The music.
yeah,
Yeah.
or maybe it just wasn't like as iconic in 2009.
Maybe they
But
just
I
pitched
feel
it.
like,
They pitched it as the Donnie Darko sequel, and people were open to it.
They're in a thing I remember after that is they go to a party, and that like
That's still later. That's way later.
the Chemical Brothers song plays, and
No, that happens at the beginning.
It's when they're on the road.
oh, so
Stupid ass.
no, I think it's still a Chemical Brothers song that
No,
plays.
it's not.
No,
It's
you're,
not?
you're literally
Yeah.
so dumb right now, bro.
Yeah. They only had one Chemical Brothers song in there.
Then what's the song that plays during the party?
It's like Whale. It's a Whale song. Is the name
Oh
of the band.
yeah. Okay.
The hobo whatever.
Hobo pumping,
Yeah.
goopin' gumpin' or something. Yeah.
Gopin.
The par-
Hobo
the
gumpin',
party scene
gopin',
was fun.
gopin'.
Oh, now I remember the part you're talking about with the dead brother. He like takes her into the bedroom and like
Yeah,
there's the
yeah.
plastic bed and
Yeah.
shit.
He's like,
I'm
That was
skipping.
crazy.
that's why you can sit down on it. There's plastic on it.
Well, okay, all of this is after they find
The meteor.
We forgot about the windmill and the meteor. and
Yeah.
I
Yes,
wrapped-
that's okay. So
That's
okay,
like
they
the
go to
catalyst.
sleep. They go to sleep that night after the diner, and this is where we meet Iraq Jack, our homeless veteran who's come back from
Iraq.
Iraq, and he's just chilling on top of the windmill. And what happens then, Norman?
Me or Elijah?
No, I fucking
skip-
forget.
okay.
Elijah keeps jumping to the party.
Wait, really quick. Wait, would the U.S. have been in Iraq? Because we didn't go there till like the 2000s. This is supposed to be 1995.
Desert Storm.
Yeah, this would've
Oh.
been
This is
Kuwait.
true.
I
What's
wasn't.
crazy, the waitress in the restaurant when she's like talking about Iraq Jack, she's like he's a piece of filth, and like just like saying all these like awful like I don't know like what her beef is with him, but like she's like really going in on him.
Yeah. I kind of forget. So I know it's like the major scene after that is like the party scene, but like in between that is like what, like they meet the priest, or is that beforehand?
So he gets a vision of S. Darko, the ghost.
Yeah.
And she basically tells him to jump off the windmill, and when he does that, that's when the meteor comes.
And that's like
Oh, yeah.
This is the Frank stand-in we get. It's
Yeah,
just
Yes, she's
Samantha
Frank.
Darko.
Yeah, and then doesn't Samantha wake up in the park with like that cop wearing the shorts or something?
Yes, and
Oh
this
my
is
God.
when we
Yeah.
get introduced to our short cop.
Yeah. Then they go look at the meteorite site, and they
There's some
that's
suits
where
there.
Jasper apparently takes like a bit of the meteor.
He takes the whole thing.
He buys it.
He buys it. He said,
shit, I didn't know
I
that. I
outbid the
missed that.
motel owner for the meteor.
Who's doing the bidding though? Is my question. Like
For real.
whose jurisdiction is that?
Well, I think the biggest question I have about that whole part is that like they have people in like these like gas suits and shit like that, like grabbing the mirror and shit like that. But then everyone else like around them is just standing there,
Yeah,
like they're just
chilling.
like just chilling, like they're just like there's no like boundary like placed so they can't like get next to the meteor.
There's also just like not like you could tell this movie had a really low budget because like there's like 2 people looking at the meteor. There's like
Yeah,
no like big
yeah.
crew. There's no camera crews or anything. It's just like those cops in their
Yeah,
shorts.
it's like all characters we already kind of met
Yeah,
before
yeah.
too. Yeah.
And then we meet our priest character. And so there's a priest who
Used to be crazy.
he was in jail before.
When they found God.
And now this is where I get a little shoddy. I don't know what happens.
When do we
leading
meet
up to the party?
the Jesus lady?
At the post office.
Yeah, but I forget. It's like it's also like one
Played
of the
by
movies where it's,
Elizabeth
like, what is-
Berkley,
like the sequence
of
of events
Showgirls
aren't
fame.
obvious, you
Yeah.
know, it's like I know the party scene is like with the one of the next major scenes.
Well, yeah, because like it instead of the countdown to Halloween, here we have a countdown to the 4th of July. But
Yeah,
instead
dude,
of having
oh my
28
God,
days, we
yeah.
have like 8 days. Or
He
something.
has like a 4th of July party on like June 29th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a weird detail. Like, why does that need to be in the script, anyways?
Yeah. I don't know.
And so yeah, we'll just jump. Okay, we have a party. There's some dead brother Riz with the dude who picked them up earlier when they had their car broken
Yeah.
down. Jalen, are you following? Jalen, does this make any
She
sense?
said Iraq Jack. Why they give him the Hannah Montana type name? It's funny.
Because he tells Samantha, he's like, oh, my brother died. She's like, oh, and he's like, you want to see his room? And she like doesn't know how to respond to it.
Yeah.
She's like,
Sure.
sure, I guess.
Yo, like what Donnie said when she's like, "Can you want to walk me home?" Sure. You want to go together? That's what we call it around here.
Where you going? Home. Okay, that's one of my. All right. Sorry, just to sum it up for you, Jalen. Long story short, there's a party that happens. Our nerdy Jasper character gets infected by the meteor that fell on there, and so he becomes a bit of a bad boy. Then, Iraq Jack continues to get visions from S. Darko, and he does different things. He burns down the church. And then he starts to build a new bunny mask made out of metal. After this happens, we get some back and forth bickering from our 2 best friends, S. Darko and her friend, which lead to her friend kind of going off with the dead brother Riz guy.
Yo.
And
Well, and then S. Darko dies.
She gets hit by
She gets hit by the car.
S. Darko dies. And now we follow the best friend character.
Mm-hmm.
They try to do a thing with the plane that they do with the
Yeah,
car
yeah,
that they
yeah.
do with where
Like-
they don't know where the car came
Where
from.
but then it shows you where the car came from.
But now the friend is starting to get visions, but her manipulated dead character is no longer S. Darko. It's a little boy, a missing little boy, probably the brother.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's some boy. There's a little boy, and we follow this little storyline for a little while, I think it kind of ends with the little boy leading the friend character in the woods towards the cave, and then we get our pathway bubbles, and she sees the pathway bubble, but she's scared, and she does something we've never seen in the Darko series to this point. She decides to go the other way. She does not follow fate. And then there's a scene we have where she rides on the front of the dead brother Riz guy's bike.
Because his
yeah.
car's fucked up.
His car's fucked up after the accident. And so they're riding on a bike together.
Damn, I don't remember any of this.
And again, while this is happening, Iraq Jack has been pulling some devious licks. I forget what else he did. I just remember he burned the church. He just, at this point, he's constructing his bunny mask.
Yeah.
But then, reverse. All right, we're done with that tangent universe. What actually happens is, oh no, it's because there's another music video sequence where she's in the motel room and
Yo, that scene was so good. I fell asleep and that woke me up. The Catherine Wheel song, that was perfect.
Okay, so that's
That
what
was-
happens. She decides to go against fate, and she runs back to the motel, and she basically simps for her dead best friend, and she pulls out where the Holy Bible should be, is where
Philosophy.
the philosophy of time
Time
travel
travel.
is, I believe.
No. She pulls it out of her bag, and then at the end of the scene, she puts it on top of the Bible.
And she looks in the mirror, and she basically just prays, "I wish none of this happened." And her wish is granted. And we go back in time to the scene, because basically before S. Darko dies, her friend kind of just bullies her and calls her a bitch or something of the
like
sort.
that, yeah.
And this time, it's like, I love you, have a good life, whatever shit. And then, boom, the best friend dies in the car accident instead this time. And now we are in another tangent universe following our protagonist, S. Darko, again. And from here, it's getting closer to 4th of July. The dead brother Riz guy, he feels really bad, and so he goes up to apologize to S. Darko. And that's when Nerdy Jasper comes out and basically tells him, get out of here, and headbutts him out of nowhere. I don't know why she's wearing the dress.
Isn't this where
Oh.
you find out that Iraq Jack is the grandson of?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so now Davey is correct. Do you remember Dead Grandma, Roberta Sparrow? Guess what Jack's full name is? Jack Sparrow.
Iraq Jack Sparrow. And she gets the dress because the dude buys it for her and puts it on her
Okay.
on her bed for 4th of July.
Yeah.
4th of July present.
It's an ugly ass dress.
Yeah.
And so now Iraq Jack is questioning everything. And we follow S. Darko as she goes on this date with Nerdy Jasper. At this point, Nerdy Jasper has this crazy rash from getting infected by the meteorite.
Where doesn't he like take her to like a hill for their
Yeah.
date?
Yeah, and they go to they have a hill date, and there's a meteor shower, and there's fireworks.
Oh, dude, but it's a Tesseract meteor.
Oh, okay, hold on.
That's so
Before we even
fucking-
wait, before we even get there, I forget. Okay, I'm sorry, Jalen. So before we get to the date though, post headbutt, S. Darko goes off on her own, and she runs into our priest character, and the priest says, "Let's go to the movies." And so we're in the movies, and our priest rubs up on S. Darko's thigh, gives her one of his, Jesus bracelets, or I believe. And at that point, she says, "This is not it." And we turn around and we see Elizabeth Berkley, the Showgirls girl, the Saved by the Bell girl, who's also in the movie. She's the church lady.
The horny for Jesus lady.
Horny for Jesus lady walks in on them, and then he runs away, and he says, "Nothing happened." And then we have our date. And yes, this meteor shower isn't just any meteor shower.
It's a
Explain it. I don't know. Explain it. You guys were on it.
Yeah, it's
Tesseract shower.
yeah, just like a bunch of Tesseracts start falling from the sky, and then it's like supposed to commence the end of the world. Where it's like instead of like a black hole in the first movie or a portal or whatever.
It looks like hellfire, and there's a part where Jasper is like, "Do you see it?" And Samantha's like, "The fireworks." like it's raining meteors, and like they're like exploding on the ground, and she's like, "These are some really weird fireworks."
And Samantha's like, "I want to go. I want to go. I don't want to be here." And he's like, "Come here." And he tries to kind of almost like basically like force her to like fuck him. And he's like, "Are you just a cock tease?"
Yeah.
And then he tosses her. She hits her head on the bunny mask.
None other than our Frank mask built by Iraq Jack.
She hits her head. She dies. He's like, "Oh no, what have I done?" He starts itching his rash more.
Starts tweaking.
Starts tweaking the fuck out. And then that's when Iraq Jack he's in jail still. The end of the world's happening. That's when his what's it called? The messenger?
The manipulated dead.
The manipulated death. Except it's S. Darko, it's Samantha Darko. She's like, "Follow me." He follows his guide, and that's when he's like, "I gotta go back in time." Whoosh. He goes back-
How does he go back in time again?
Doesn't matter.
Like, is he in a car? Or something? Is he in a car, or what is he?
You would
he just
think
jumps
that-
in the wormhole.
Yeah, I think so. He has to, but maybe like his mask is the vessel, because like a metal. I don't know.
I don't know.
He goes back in time. He's sitting on top of the windmill, and instead of jumping off to save himself from the meteor at the beginning of the film, he dies with it. He dies. Then everyone who said like, oh, he's he's a piece of shit. No one likes him. Fuck this guy. The same people are going like, he was a hero.
Bruh.
And then basically everyone, like Samantha lives. She goes to California and
The Cocktail Twins song plays.
yeah, the Cocktail Twins song
That
plays.
was so good too. That was
She with her lipstick on the mirror of the Greyhound
Oh.
bus.
Yeah.
it was so
She draws,
shoegaze.
she draws a heart,
Yeah.
and then she kisses it in the middle
Nasty as hell. That's a Greyhound bus window and you're gonna kiss it?
as the Cocktail Twins song plays, Heaven or Las Vegas.
Let's go.
Oh, and it's also revealed that the best friend actually doesn't have connections with her dad at the club.
Her
And,
dad doesn't know she exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she's gonna stay in Utah, and S. Darko goes out on her own.
Terrible.
That's
Finn.
the movie.
Let's see. So Jalen
Really,
said,
the way Donnie Darko should have ended.
You should have kissed a
Jalen
Greyhound bus window.
I'm like building the story in my head. I'm like that one scene in Sunny in Philadelphia with the bulletin. Then she said, "Does this movie like establish there may be a god more? I feel like how do you go back by praying?"
Less.
And then she said, "No, not the priest, bro." Then she said, "Thank you, friend. This movie sounds it got the tard." Do you think they really tried with the writing? Dude, I
Yeah,
don't even know. The writer.
The featurette was
The-
kind of great.
Yeah.
The feature, the writer says that everyone on the set really loves Donnie Darko, and he says that if he sees Richard Kelly in the street, he wants to ask him what he thinks. He thinks he'd like the film.
I wonder if Richard Kelly has ever said anything about.
He said he like disowns it.
I bet.
completely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they were trying. I just think they did a terrible job.
It really does feel
Unfortunately.
like your college professor tells you like your prompt is to make like a movie set in the universe of Donnie Darko, and you just get a bunch of like
Oh boy.
theater kids, and you go to like a little town like outside of Vegas, and just shoot it there.
That's exactly what it
That
feels
really
like.
does.
Yeah,
That's what it
yeah.
feels like,
Yeah.
honestly. Except the biggest difference is that they have like a crane for the
Yeah.
camera, and UNLV probably wouldn't have a crane.
Yep.
I did really like the opening shots, or like just like the opening
Yeah.
scene, how it was shot. It made me, it pulled me in.
Yeah, I was
It-
kind of impressed. I was like, "Oh damn, what if this movie's fire?"
Yeah, I was kind of. What if they just don't? Yeah, people didn't get
I
it.
was like,
You-
and then
People
the
say-
song, and then the song, I'm like, "Oh shit, dude, I might be one of the SEO bro." I was like, "They gotta hate me for this."
No, Norby at the whole time I was waiting for Norby to be like, "Oh fuck this, nah, that's stupid, I hate this." The whole time he was like,
So we-
"Oh,
let's
fuck
go,
yeah, let's
let's
go,
go."
let's go." I don't think it's the worst movie I've ever seen. Like people would put it like a Watch Mojo would be like top 10 worst movies ever made, top 10 worst sequels ever made. I don't even think because it's not even a sequel at a point. It's just like another movie.
I just like don't care enough about it to like put it up.
It was
there.
boring as
That's
fuck.
thing
The second
about
half
it.
was
It's
boring
not,
as
it's not even
fuck.
like
Yeah.
necessarily like
Yeah,
a bad, just
yeah.
a bad movie. It's like a mid movie.
It's just
It's-
so
yeah.
boring.
It's so mid.
The especially like the middle to the end was really boring, but the beginning was like it was
The
fun
first
to watch.
25 to 30 minutes were like really funny.
yeah.
Mhm.
And like at least the ending had that like
The-
crazy ass like effects with the Tesseract meteors. That, like,
Yeah.
brought it
The
up.
end. The ending had Cocktail Twins. That's all
Yeah,
you
that
can
was
really ask.
good.
Really,
That
the
was-
best part of the film really is the soundtrack and the opening shots and the way it ends with the Cocktail Twins. I was like, man, this is like a One Car Y movie in a lot of ways.
This is his My Blueberry Nights.
Yeah, for real.
I guess one of the of all of the disappointing things though is that like S. Darko isn't even really a character. She doesn't say or do much. She's just
It's like it really is like if you watch Donnie Darko, but you followed Frank, like the person,
A little bit, yeah.
like and he goes to the yarn barn and
Like,
everything.
Frank would be
But-
an interesting character to follow.
I feel like Samantha
Yeah.
has more
Miss
going on in Donnie Darko than she does in
Yeah,
Donnie Darko.
she has sparkle motion.
Yeah.
Oh, yo.
she's driven.
Ian's in the chat. What's up?
Let's
Ian?
go, Ian.
What's up, Ian?
Yo.
Ian, what are your thoughts on S. Darko? Who else is in the chat? How many viewers have we had?
Right now we're at 2 on both On Twitch we have 2, and then on YouTube we have 2 right now.
Let's go.
Booyah.
We had like 4 on Twitch earlier. I saw.
They left when we talked about S. Darko.
That's when they came. They're on their way in.
I just can't get over the cops in the shorts. That was my
Yeah, that was like that
part.
reminded me of like Scary Movie. Or
That's
something.
that's like a choice.
It reminded me of Doofy from Scary Movie.
Well, that cop is like kind of like
Kind of looks like him. a little
Yeah.
David Arquette.
yeah.
bit.
I know in the background there's still like more than in the first movie, like the Men in Black. There's like suits just like walking around.
Yeah,
what was
just
that?
Random. I guess for the alien shit. I don't know.
It might be in the deleted scenes. We didn't watch the deleted scenes. He says there's a lot of shit where he said, bro, when the director talks about the editing, it's so funny. Like he's like, yeah, the first cut, I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not till I see the cut. And I see the cut, and I was like, okay, well, that didn't really work out. But we gotta do another cut.
They talk about that middle scene, like how the first cut didn't have that whole middle portion where where Samantha Darko dies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the
Said-
tangent universe.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted to get rid of the tangent universe
Yeah.
except him.
He's like, well, we went back to how it's actually supposed to be. It's just like, come on, bro.
He was
Are you-
basically saying like, this is like my director's cut, but there's no other cut.
Is the featurette on YouTube?
Oh, if we could just pull up something from it, just like the part when he talks about the writer or the ending. Bow, 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 bow.
I want to see the part with the writer where it fades.
And then there was also but the who was it?
Or misunderstood tragedy.
Oh dang, let's go. We're top 5 in searches for
Yeah.
S. Darko.
I don't think it's here.
Oh,
Do you think anyone's like
Look up
taking the
DVD
time
feature.
to like burn the featurette for S. Darko?
I will.
Probably.
I
Yeah, I
will.
will.
On the Backcountry channel.
Yeah, I have the Blu-ray. It's in the other room.
the only reason to watch S. Darko.
I'm surprised this movie even has a Blu-ray. To be honest.
No, because this is 2009, so this
Was
is
that
when
just the
Blu-ray
menu?
just
They
came
just had the
out.
menu there.
That was for Donnie Darko though.
So so like
Is there
first
any way to
off,
pull it up on the stream.
On stream, yeah.
with in the Blu-ray, this is like it was straight to DVD, like it was straight to DVD release. So I don't know. I feel like it kind of makes sense.
A Darkomentary? Wait. DonnieDarko.com?
This might be on
A
the DVD.
documentary.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
competition.
this is on Richard Kelly's IMDb.
Whoa, that's actually
My
lit
name is
though.
Daryl Donaldson, and I'm Donnie Darko fan. How do I know that I'm Donnie Darko fan? Because I am. And
Where do we think this guy is now?
I will show you. So come with me.
He's probably teaching like philosophy at
It says
USC.
Donnie VHS. Whoa.
You want to put the mic, or I guess, I don't know.
Wait, his name's Derry
My
Donaldson.
room is a little messy, but I didn't want to, straighten it up for you guys. I wanted you to see it as is. I used to have some like pictures of my family and stuff in these. I thought these were cooler.
Bruh.
Of course, mine.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Holy shit, bro.
This is one that I did.
It's him with Gretchen Ross from the movie.
Why is
that's
the
smoking-
skin?
the
Why is
smoking
it?
guy.
Why are they so?
Because they're drawn in the way that the cards were. Remember that they read?
Oh yeah, bro, the Ling Ling card.
I feel like this probably wasn't even the best documentary. Richard Kelly just like how much of a dick rider this guy was, and was like, all right.
he's got the jet engine. Oh yeah, why did it have the spiral
Over
on it?
his bed.
I don't know what instrument that is. It's like, that was an outer space scene. Okay, here's
Oh yeah, this song is.
Okay,
fire.
this is actually me in my car.
This is Norby in a Tangent Universe.
Yeah, I just went full blown Donnie Darko.
How long is this?
He's lost count of how many times he's watched Donnie Darko.
How many times have you seen it, I always joke
We should make one, but for S Darko. Number one S Darko
I want
fan.
to start go, yeah. Just make it exactly like this.
This was a theater.
Who's
kid.
recording this, do you think?
His girlfriend.
The theater department.
His sister.
He's just holding the camera like this.
His kid brother.
I'm just like Donnie.
Similarities between Donnie and Daryl. It's beyond our initials, you know. We both ride bikes. We both were riding bikes, and we both, you know, are on medication and something.
Bruh.
I'll think within my life pull into the movie, you know. I'll be like, man, I just feel like fucking burning down a house. Scene where Donnie burns down a house. You know, when I ride my bike around my neighborhood, I like to pretend I'm in Middlesex. You know, like,
This
oh,
fucking
there's
guy.
a farmer live over there. Like, hi, Mrs. Farmer, how are you? Right across the street. Maybe I'd see Samantha or Mr. and Mrs. Darko outside. Or I like to pretend this inflatable castle here is Jim Cunningham's house. You know, like we've got an inflatable castle outside that, so he can lure children over. I got this Jake off of a website about him.
Bruh.
You had to like sign up for a membership and everything.
Bro.
Probably the only male with a membership. This is very Christ-like, which I like. I'm not like a Jesus freak. I don't know. This is I call this the gangsta rap picture.
I like the idea of just like printing out stills of like a movie I like on like pen or paper.
Bro, no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Donnie does that a lot.
I thought you just started walking around.
I know Frank the Bunny personally.
Frank's corner, and it's sort of just all these different.
Dude, damn, he did the handwriting. Holy shit.
And sometimes I'll just stand here and pretend like Donnie's talking to me, and then sometimes I'll be talking to Frank. He just called me 10 minutes ago, because apparently Mr. James Duvall is there right now. I'm worried about not.
Ian said he's literally him.
And right now, pointing to this exit right up here, Hollywood High, which is what MapQuest told me I should take. It's coming. Okay, he's walking to his car.
Bro.
And he doesn't know. He's there.
Wait.
He's coming.
Does his shirt say, "Why are you wearing that stupid lawsuit?"
I'm Daryl.
No.
No, I'm sorry. No. You can step over here for a moment. Number one, what is?
No way.
How does your character Frank play into the melding of like Universe A and Universe B, and which Frank would you prefer playing more? Sort of, you know. I'm not sure I follow you. In the productional stage.
Do you think DonnieDarko.com is still up?
We could check.
You, you think we could buy the domain?
And then finally, what is the meaning behind Donnie Darko? Like, I know, and I have a theory, and so I'm just kind of
Damn.
seeing what everyone else
Oh shit.
take on it. So what do you mean? What does it mean?
Well, I've said this a few times before, but I'll stick to my guns on this. I think it's really simple, actually. The movie's about possibilities. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
Okay, Frank.
Best wishes. Keep the dream alive. Thank you so much. Really, and you can go.
Bruh.
How would you feel, Elijah, if someone approached you on the street asking you about a role you did?
Do you think that was
Asking about
staged?
Smotters. It kind of feels staged.
It feels a little
Okay.
staged.
Yeah.
Whoa, what's number
This is where I get really
I studied the philosophy of time travel daily.
chapter 6, and this is where I get really pissed off because
It's an actual book?
the philosophy
I think so.
Like Richard Kelly made it?
chapter 4 to chapter 6. There's no chapter 3. There's no chapter 5. Why are they hiding it? Like, Roberta Sparrow was on set making the book. Donnie Darko didn't. Like, why don't they want us to know? This is something I want to I got the number off of the internet. It's amazing.
What?
Boom.
Hi, Mr. Kelly. It's Daryl Donaldson again. I have a question for you. In the philosophy of time travel, it says that when the manipulated awaken from their journey in the
Did you imagine getting this call?
and I was wondering if awaken from returning to the tangent universe, or if it's possible that they can have the dream repeatedly over and over.
What?
I truly Arrow headed to San Diego to see one Mr. Richard Kelly. So here I am in beautiful San Diego, California, getting ready to go to the Comic-Con. You can see the Comic-Con's right over there. Very pseudo-futuristic.
Damn.
Very awesome. This is huge. Are you recording? Okay, that's Stuart Stone right there. He's in the movie. He, of course, plays Ronald Fisher. Mr. Stone, hi. I'm Carl
Oh my god.
Your character seems like a really great friend in the movie. Thank you. And would you consider yourself a really great friend in real life?
I would say that I'm a pretty good friend.
You're friends with a guy like me?
Obviously, why not? You're a pretty nice individual.
Cool. That's awesome. Oh, cool. I'll try to catch up with you. I'll give you a call. Sweet. Could you say somebody really ought to write that bitch, Daryl?
Are you sure this is for like the official document?
Yeah, yeah. No, this is for the DVD.
It looks like more DVD type of equipment.
No, but we've been.
Like the people at Donnie Darko for the microphone.
Well, no, it's sort of a contest.
Oh, really?
It's the number one fan contest.
Oh, so you're the number one fan?
Well, if I win the contest, I am the number one fan. But when you win the contest, the figures go more.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
Somebody gotta write that bitch, Daryl.
Bro.
But yeah, we should try it out later. I'll look for you. Cool. Okay. Great. Good luck. Thanks.
He's just going into the
Yeah, into the light.
Richard Kelly's cross-channel session is going on inside right now. It's kind of dark in there, so I hope you'll be able to see everything, but all the spotlights are on Richard, so it should be.
Oh, let's go.
No. Ouch.
Oh my god.
Just storms out.
I'm not cutting.
Oh, God.
I just wanna apologize for if at Idol. Yeah.
You really?
Okay. And I just want to apologize. And I don't want I don't need your autograph or anything because I feel it creates like a, because I feel we're on the same, And I just want, I just don't want them to hear. One thing.
This is crazy.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Look at how exciting he is.
Oh my god.
Oh my
He
god.
really just did that. Yeah, honestly.
That's so
That's his reaction. Bro. Oh my god.
I did it. I just kissed him. Richard Kelly. I did it. Awesome. I can die now. I can die.
That's a freeze frame. Bro.
Oh my god.
6 years ago.
This shit's not real though, right? Like, I feel like a lot of it has to be fake, yeah?
Like that's the thing is like I don't know what.
That was an actual conference.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was that was at
beautiful.
Comic Con. Because I just feel like it's I feel like it'd be an impossibility to like meet with two of the actors beforehand. You know what I mean? Like he just happened to notice and find them. You know what I mean?
He's the #1 fan, though.
Bro, this Donnie Darko explained video.
How long is it?
Yeah,
How
I
long
watched
is it?
that one a long time ago, 11 years ago.
Are
It is pretty. It's 8 minutes though. I don't know if you guys.
what is
Nah,
the
bro, we
Samantha
gotta-
Darko?
Yeah, what's the misunderstood
Oh, yeah, that tragedy.
tragedy?
If it's even worse.
We just watched fucking video essays for the rest.
That should be our pre-show.
I'm
We
just-
should
I'm
just go live with some video essays from whatever films we're
Like,
talking about.
I am curious though, like what do people even have to say about this movie?
Bruh.
like
Oh, Damon's watching, by the way.
David Tovar? Oh, Damon.
Damon.
What's up,
What's up,
Damon?
Damon?
What's good, Damon? These fools are probably all at school right now.
That's cool, dude. Look at that CRT footage. That's pretty dope.
This is dang. They literally just stole all our sauce.
Yeah, for real.
Richard Kelly's Donnie Darko is no The Fast and the Furious, but as far as 2001 films go, it was pretty good. A nice little self-contained coming-of-age /horror/psychological thriller /sci-fi film that did the impossible. It was
I've seen this before.
complex,
What?
awesome,
This guy made an initial D video.
it had really required you to actually watch the movie multiple times to piece together, but rewarded you for doing so because if you spent enough time with your nose pressed up against your highly radiated CRT tube TV, you could finally figure out what a tangent universe and manipulated dead are at the small price of stage 3 brain cancer. Donnie Darko is so many things. It might be one of the most impressive films ever made. Able to weave
Let's
its
go.
way through so many genres and at so many points that all fit together into a story of biblical proportions, and people still aren't even in total agreement of what it all meant. And that's one of the best things about it. It's up to you to put meaning to it. Most people would say that making a sequel to Donnie Darko would be like making a sequel to your dead wife. It's conceptual.
Dr. Seuss did it.
Offense to God. I don't like to bash ideas outright, with a few exceptions. I think there's really no difference between a good idea and a bad idea, only the execution. I don't think I'm so smart I can say.
Are we gonna watch the whole thing?
No.
No.
No, okay.
It's all good.
Donnie
All
Darko
right,
is
so-
deeper dumb.
I watched that
Deeper-
one.
deeper
Shout out
down.
Wisecrack. I'm a Wisecrack fan. Shout out Jared.
Wisecrack is fun.
Jared from Wisecrack. He lives in like Switzerland now.
Okay, so S. Darko. Anything else with S. Darko? Talk about music. We basically went over the whole plot. We established that we don't like it. No, nobody likes it.
ratings.
What anything in the chat about S Darko?
Yeah, let me check real fast. Okay, so
Did any of you guys watch S Darko out there?
Got any S Darko heads?
so Ian said I felt overwhelmingly compelled to get into contact with Richard Kelly a few months ago. Wait, why?
He
Yeah,
I
tell
don't know
the
if you
story.
saw Ian. He's on Instagram now. He just made an Instagram this month.
It's actually perfect. Time.
What if we're all just the manipulated dead to Richard Kelly?
Dude, that'd be hype as fuck.
Oh fuck.
I'd be like, yo, this is crazy.
We had to post something and tag him about this podcast or something. Richard, if you're out there, what's up?
Hi, Richard.
Oh yeah,
Richard, you
if
could
you're
be
watching-
right here where Davey is.
Yeah. Richard, if you're watching, I love your movie. I love Southland Tales.
And
I
Norby
haven't-
won't kiss you
Yeah,
without asking first.
I will not kiss you. Let's see. Okay. Jalen said that dude's room scares me genuinely. Put him on a watch list. Ian said he's literally him. Damon said, yo. Then Colin said, Y'all are still going? Yeah, this podcast goes for a little bit.
Davey, you're not leaving till tomorrow.
But Ian, if you're still watching, tell us more about that. I want to know more about you wanting to get in touch with Richard Kelly. That's very interesting. Anyways, okay. You guys feel ready to move on to ratings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna give it like I don't know, like a 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10.
Damn. I think I'll give it a 2 out of 10 because there were 2 good songs I knew.
I'm gonna give Samantha Darko, 2009. I would give it a solid 400 out of 2009.
I would give S. Darko out of 40 bubbles. I'd probably give it like 10.1 just because the soundtrack was so good. But if the soundtrack wasn't there, it would be like a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 out of 10.
2 out of 10.
Let's go. Okay.
Is it? What's been our lowest rated movie?
I feel like this is definitely one of them.
That one.
Maybe
What was
Hardware?
Hardware? Yeah.
Hardware was
Hardware
pretty
with
bad.
Hard to Be a God.
Mhm.
That was.
What's another bad movie we watched?
Halloween Ends was pretty low.
Halloween.
Halloween
Yeah.
was kind of bad.
Yeah. Halloween Ends. Anyways, we should move on. to
Miracle Mile.
Miracle
Yeah.
Man.
Davey,
This was interesting.
tell us a little bit about Miracle Mile.
All right. So, first time I watched Miracle Mile, I think I was like 14. I have no idea how I found it, where it ended up, like how I came across it. But I vividly remember the first time I watched it being like, that was a really good movie. And then I watched it like a year after, and I was like, still a really good movie. And I watched it one more time a year after that, and I was like, this is probably my favorite movie of all time.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah,
Whoa.
and it's consistently like, I don't like to definitively say like I have like a favorite movie, but like definitively consistently it's up there with like my favorites. It just is such a weird movie. Like there's so much going on with like the acting choices and the story, and it's like it's kind of this like weird thing where like it happened and it like did pretty well at the box office, and then it just like disappeared from like public memory. Like nobody ever talks about it. Like it's a movie that like not really anybody ever brings up, but it has a very like special place in my heart, and I genuinely just love showing people it because I think that's part of the fun is like playing along with like the mystery of the movie of like, is he for real? Like, is there like actually a threat, or is he just like kind of doing a Chicken Little thing? But yeah, I'll let you guys go from there.
I thought so. I didn't look up really much of anything before going to the movie. Anthony had told me before we watched it though that it was like the thing with the Twilight Zone is supposed to be like its own.
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
But then it became its own movie. So I that didn't even change my like. I didn't even know what to expect. Still, I was
Yeah.
like, all right, Twilight Zones are like whatever. It could be anything. At first I thought because like there's a lot of stuff in like museums like in the beginning sort of like montage. I thought it was like it might be like Night at the Museum type of thing. Like maybe this. I was like I don't know. And then it felt like it was gonna be like a rom-com.
That's the thing is, I don't know where to put this movie tonally. Like it is,
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
super
romantic
strange.
comedy, but it's also really dark and scary and like
Yeah.
really intense. But like throughout the whole movie, it does still kind of feel like the colors and like it all feels very dreamy and like it's very like romantic.
Mm-hmm. But then there's that shift after he's late for the date. He gets that phone call, and I wasn't even putting much like importance on it. I was watching the movie. He's like, all right, it's gonna be like some weird phone call, and then it's like the whole like nuclear war thing, and he's taking it like very seriously. Like it's funny like with the nosebleed and everything. And, like, I wonder. It almost makes you wonder like how would I react to it. I feel like I probably wouldn't freak out that much, but
I wouldn't have believed him.
yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't have
that
believed
dude-
it
that dude
at
was just
all, no.
joking, yeah. But then he like freaks out the whole restaurant, and that's probably like that part really reminds me of the Twilight Zone, just like being kind of in a secluded area, late at night, like really late, like nobody's awake, and just like everybody's freaking out that it's the end of the world, and you don't know like he's like basing it all on this one phone call.
But
so I felt really just drawn in at that.
There
that
is
scene
also that
yeah.
thing with Landa, the like
Yeah.
weird
Military,
Hillary Clinton
yeah.
stand-in, yeah. And she's like, because I've seen this movie like so many times, and like I know the ending. Like I still don't really know, like what is up with her or like what her deal is. But like the first time I saw it, like there's like a genuine like kind of like feeling of like dread you get when like you see that like she's really listening to him, and like everyone else is like, oh, you're just drunk or whatever, and she's like, no, like tell me more.
Yeah, no, it was actually. I mean, it's interesting seeing what happens after that, but it was also just interesting to discover whether or not it was true or not. Like they kind of do a fake out, where it's like, what's the black guy's name who gives him a ride earlier?
Oh gosh,
Wilson.
Bubba, yeah, I was like, that's Bubba from Forrest Gump. Yeah. When he crashes back in and he dies and whatnot, it's like, okay, it felt like it was all a lie. He just freaked out everybody for nothing, and then they reversed it again. It's like it actually is happening. Yeah, that sequence was crazy with like all the traffic and like crawling underneath the car.
Yeah.
Going through the sewers,
That was
getting
great.
Shot at. I was like, holy shit.
especially because the whole movie is like the streets are so desolate, and like it's like you're like, oh, like they probably couldn't afford like a budget with like like an actual like big group of people, and then that ending comes and it's so different from what the rest of the
It's
movie
crazy.
has been. Yeah.
Dude, and then when he goes in the gym.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Gyms in the 80s were way different.
Yeah.
Like most of the room was taken up by like the dance floor, and it was like all the like machines were just like in like small ass hallways.
But the lady just walked out naked. It's not even like he walked in on her. She just came out.
See,
And
I
then he
feel,
gets the helicopter pilot. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a friend. And he goes and he's like, is this gonna be a problem?
And like the boyfriend's name is like Leslie.
Leslie,
So you're
yeah.
like, oh, it's like his girlfriend, and like the boyfriend comes out and like he has long hair and he's in like a spandex
Jazzercise,
suit, and
yeah.
you're like, I don't know, and he's like, is this gonna be a problem? You're like, oh, it's his boyfriend.
Yeah.
What'd you think about it, Elijah?
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect about it. I read one thing that kind of like hinted at it being like a disaster sort of movie. So, I guess I kind of anticipated that a little bit, but then it doesn't really get to that until the end kind of. In one sense it kind of reminds me a little bit of like Beau is Afraid, and how like Beau is Afraid kind of bounces all over the place too. And obviously they kind of turn into two different movies, but yeah, I definitely wasn't really sure what to expect. And then once all the chaos happens, then I'm kind of thinking too, is this like, did he actually like hear something that was like legit? And then kind of it's like, I wonder if like what he's hearing is like actually like what is happening, and then because then people really don't like get the news of it till like it's right about to happen, which is interesting.
And even then, like on the news, they're like unconfirmed reports. So like even like the news people like don't even really know like if it's true, which is so scary because like at that point you still don't know if the bombs are real. So scary to think about like, yeah, he just like caused all of this.
Yeah.
because they say on the news they say like literally they say like rumors of it. It's like, fuck, he started the rumors though. Yeah, the whole movie it felt like I do like the way it does shift your perspective a lot on what you think. Like at first you're like, oh fuck, it makes you obviously like you said like questions if it's real, but as the movie goes on, and like it really does make you think, okay, well it's like this, actually no, it's like this, it's like this, it's like this, and really until you see like the actual like missile hit, that's the only way it confirms it for you. But I don't know, it reminded me of After Hours a lot.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like After Hours meets Chicken Little.
I
for
think
real.
Miracle Mile is like the perfect like West Coast equivalent to After Hours, because After Hours is super like New York. Like I couldn't imagine that movie being set in any other city. Same thing with Miracle Mile. Like it's so Los Angeles.
I appreciate though it's in Orange County, not just L.A.
Yeah,
It's a little off.
The ending that threw me off. It was sad.
It's like, so when I watched it with Justice, we talked about how like that scene where she's like, he's like, yeah, like, you know, like we'll, you know, if the bomb hits us directly, like the pressure will turn us into diamonds. And she has this reaction where she's like, diamonds? Like it's her realizing that she's like, oh fuck, like I'm dying with this guy that I met yesterday. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I wanted to fucking bring that up. Like, imagine you hear that the world's ending and you have like a way out. Like, they're gonna take you to like an airplane that's gonna save your life. But you're like, wait a minute. This one girl, she said even this is their second date because she said the third date they're gonna fuck. Like, she said,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck you till your eyes
I'm
pop
gonna
out.
screw your eyes glued.
I'm gonna screw your eyes loose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like.
He's down bad.
No, for real, he's pussy whipped, bro, without even like trying it.
And listen, I love Mare Winningham. Like, she's like an amazing actress. The fucking hair and makeup did her so dirty in this damn movie. She has a full on like mullet.
Yeah.
And going throughout the whole movie, and like her, like I don't know what she's wearing in that opening scene. She's like a purple. It's like spandex, but it's also like yarn. Like it's, I don't know. I feel so bad for her. They made her look terrible in that opening scene.
At first, I thought he worked at the museum
Me
until
too,
like
yeah.
the teacher was like, "That's my field trip."
See,
I did appreciate he was a trombone player though.
Yeah, I was gonna bring
Okay.
that. I thought that was gonna be a bigger part of the movie because like, it starts out with like the picture of her on the trombone, like. Wah, wah, wah. That's the trombone sound.
Honestly, oh, sorry.
No, it just feels like I kind of wish it came back though, like because it did feel like that was the opening. Like I thought it was gonna like the Miracle Mile was like Whiplash. Like you know how like Whiplash is the title of the
trombone's gonna save the world.
Yeah, for real.
I hear the horn.
But then obviously shit like crashed, like hit the fan and shit. So then it changed everything. But what were you gonna say?
No, just that. Especially like once I'd learned the context of like it was originally made for the Twilight Zone movie, and they decided to just make it its own feature. To me, my interpretation was almost like the first act, all the romance stuff almost feels like maybe added to make it a feature, and maybe the story would have just started at the phone call in the diner and all that. But so there's certain things that do just kind of feel, I don't know, not tacked on, but maybe they could have spent a little bit more time on the makeup and wardrobe or stuff. I almost thought too, or just to say too, in terms of opening thoughts, like I really didn't. You don't really know where the movie's gonna go or anything like that. But I really enjoyed all of the night photography too and stuff like that. I don't know who shot it, but it almost reminded like Robbie Mueller, almost Paris, Texas-esque with the sort of greens and the fluorescence and stuff like that.
The combination of like the nighttime cinematography and the music, the Tangerine Dream, the like it's so effective and like setting, like just like put like that is what it feels like to be out at like 3 a.m. when like there's like no one else on the street, you know. Yeah,
I did love the Tangerine Dream score though. That was great.
After watching it, I haven't seen the film, but I want to watch it now more than ever. Something Wild by Jonathan Demme. Yeah, I've never seen it. But this movie it makes me feel like, okay, that's like, basically, if the world didn't end and shit like that, and all the missile shit didn't happen, and it was just kind of like a rom-com, I imagine that's what Something Wild is. Like just the colors and like it's like the mid to late 80s, and I think it is nice that we chose two films that were like kind of set around the same time, the late 80s and stuff like that. This film it doesn't feel like very 80s, besides like the color choice and stuff like that, really. And I don't know, I like the colors a lot though. It's a lot of it's not like too harsh like neons, but like there are neon like lights like everywhere.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of like the warmer stuff from either the diner or other things like that. I like the gas station scene too, though.
Who was your guys' favorite like side character? Because there's a ton, which is like random weirdos on the street.
I really like Bubba.
Yeah,
Bubba,
Yeah.
Bubba or
Colin.
What up, Colin? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's see.
Guest appearance.
Yeah.
What's still going on? How long do you guys do this for?
Let's see. It's been going on. I mean, until we're done talking about the movies, pretty much.
At one point we had.
No.
We're on the last film.
We're about
Miracle
2.5
Mile.
hours in.
What did you guys think about Miracle Mile?
I liked it.
What did you think? Colin watched it.
He watched the one scene with the phone call.
I saw like 20 minutes of it. That shit's like a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
The 20 minutes that I saw. Yeah. What's up, bro? What's his name?
Davey.
Davey Collins.
Uh,
I'll let y'all get to it.
for sure. Yeah. We'll probably be done in
For
like
sure.
an hour, probably.
No worries.
My favorite side character is the lady in the diner who, she's just like there and she's like, I think she's an actress like practicing the. like, flight attendant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know
oh,
pilots.
And like
Oh,
she
yeah.
just like always finds a way to like insert herself into a conversation. So there's the part where he's like, "Does anyone here have a son named Chip?" And she's like, "I had an uncle named Chet." And then like later on,
I
there's-
saw him at the phone booth.
Yeah. Or there's the part where she's like, "Is anyone here like a Christian, like a real one? You know, like a really intense one?"
I like the one when they ask her, you know pilots, right? She's like, oh, this isn't.
This is my sister's
This is my
uniform.
sister's uniform.
It felt like really good. Like that diner scene had like a really good not like a good variety of characters.
Yeah.
I
Like
felt
you
they
really
all
could have
bounced
just
off each
we
other.
could have stayed there. I would have been entertained by just their conversation.
Yeah, like they're like the conversations that are already going on, like the one between Roger, the transvestite, and the other guy, and they're just like playing with like the noodles, and like
Yeah.
they're like talking about like, no, that's not my noodle, like you put that there. And then there's the other two guys who are
Talking about beaches.
they're talking about the girl while she's sitting right there. Which is-
Didn't I see you at nudie bowling?
and like when he's trying to like get his attention, he just like keeps telling the story, and he even like looks at him and like goes back. Like it's there's a ton of like really random character choices that don't make sense, but I actually really like that because I feel like that is how people react in like situations like this. Like the part with the naked lady just like walking out into the gym, like it doesn't make sense, but also like that is the kind of thing that you would just like remember in like a crazy random scenario. Be like, and then like some naked lady walked out, you know.
I felt like the idea of it did feel like the Twilight, like you said, like the beginning kind of felt like it was added for like the Twilight Zone like part of, or I guess the segment. But I feel like a Twilight Zone episode would have just been like just in the diner, like almost like a 12 Angry Men kind of film.
That's what I almost thought at first before we left there and went on. Wait, so at the end, did they get away?
No, they died.
No. I mean, I guess not then. Everyone inside the truck, the food
Probably,
truck.
yeah. They had
Probably,
enough
yeah.
time to get out, I feel like.
He went back. He went back for them. He's like, I told you I'd be here.
Where were they though when they went up to the helicopter?
They went to the airport.
Oh.
The person she was on the phone with and shit like that. That's who the helicopter was for.
That's the
Okay.
two girls.
Yeah, why were they in the robber?
I don't like. There's so much crazy shit that happened. Like they show up and they're talking about like repopulating the planet.
We don't need condoms where we're going.
You could repopulate a planet. Yeah. No, the crazy part for me though is when, it's after they've gone back down and they come back up, and it's the guy. I don't remember his name. The crazy guy who's all like coked out, and we see he's having sex with one of their dead bodies, which is crazy.
What?
Yeah,
What?
like they it's not like called attention to at all. But you see, he's on top of one of the girls, and she's dead.
Oh my god! I know
Yeah, and then-
something about it was kind of.
It totally just gets like, and like it's never like pointed out or anything. Like there's a ton of stuff like that where if you rewatch the movie, just like in the background, you'll see like one of the characters just like doing something insane. And
Who
like
directed this?
Steve
Oh.
DeJarnett.
He doesn't have any other movies basically.
Cherry 2000.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like I haven't seen that one.
Then
This
he had
is
a movie
it.
called like Strange Brew or something like that.
I sort of assumed that he was more of like a TV director.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I do really want to see Cherry 2000.
That part, there's like a tracking shot though with like all the cars packed up and stuff, and there's like just like all the
There's
extras
the
are
guy
doing something
under the
cra-
tire.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah. I remember that.
There's like a part when they're running down the street and everyone's like going crazy and shit like that, where I noticed it. It's just like a couple just fucking like in the middle, like just against a window.
I love the part where he falls out of the truck and he sees the headlights of the car coming, and then they're the motorcycles and they drive right past him.
It kind of reminded me.
Oh, he
of
directed
the-
Lizzie McGuire,
Oh, did he really? No way.
the TV show. Yeah.
Oh.
That part reminded me of Donnie Darko, when when Frank
No way.
like skids out and
Oh,
kills
yeah.
what's her name? Gretchen.
Gretchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a ton of stuff in the background that, like, even on this rewatch, I was like, oh shit, like I've never noticed that.
What's like a new one you noticed?
When they go back into the lobby of the building with the heliport, there's like the janitor that we saw like sweeping. He's dead.
Oh yeah.
So like
Okay.
probably like sometime
Dean
between them going up to the heliport and coming back down, one of the girls shot him because like he probably asked like what was going on. Like, she didn't want to like tell them. Also the homeless guy Spongy. He shows he's throughout like the entire movie. Like he's just walking around in the background.
Really?
Yeah, like he just shows up in like random places.
Interesting.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say Landa, the blonde lady with the phone, when Harry first pulls up to the cafe, you see her in the background. She pulls up in a taxi, she gets out, she takes her computer out, and then the taxi driver also gets out, and they're like having a conversation. So like it's like more like lore building that like she's into like some like weird like government espionage shit. Yeah.
What was your first reaction to the movie? Like what like thoughts
You're
running
good.
through your head?
I didn't believe it. I didn't believe that the bombs were real. And then and which is so funny because like I saw a Letterboxd review that was like any like deeper like emotional like or like philosophical meaning this movie could have had gets completely undercut by the fact that the bombs do drop, and I'm like like that's so real. And like I actually kind of love that he's just like, nope, the bombs are real the whole time. Fuck you.
Just fuck it,
Yeah.
You know, that's like the Twilight Zone aspect of it. Where in Twilight Zone they wouldn't be real. It would just be like a bunch of them are like have you guys seen this show, right?
Yeah,
Like some episodes.
Yeah.
Well,
It would, I feel like it would end like when he's looking at the TV and like, they're talking about it, but they don't know if it's real or not.
Well, so the reason it didn't end up being the Twilight Zone, I think, was because Steve DeJarnett wanted the ending to happen, and the producers were like, "Well, that's not the Twilight Zone." He was like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna make my own movie then."
I was just looking right now on IMDb. It said it took him 8 years to make this film.
Damn.
That's crazy.
And what took so long?
There were
Probably
like
just
option
funding.
things with the script where like the idea was out there, and then eventually he bought the script for like $40,000 or something like that. That's what it said on IMDb.
This feels like the kind of movie that it would be hard to get a budget for.
Sure.
Like, you, especially the way it ends too. It's like you can't like, I can't see anyone saying like, "Yup, let's do it."
How'd they get all those? Just the fact of getting all those cars there and
On the Miracle Mile, which is like a pretty packed.
that's
Yeah.
location.
So really quick, what is the Miracle Mile? Like I remember the bus tour and shit, but the Miracle Mile is like what?
So
like in real
it's
life?
a stretch of land in Los Angeles. It's like between like La Brea and I want to say like Melrose Avenue, and it's like the main portions of it are the La Brea Tar Pits, the Natural History Museum, and then the Park La Brea Apartments where Julie stays. So I've visited that area.
Really?
And like I've done the whole like the path of the movie. So like I've gone to like where the burger joint is, like in the and what's really cool about it is like the movie's like geography like makes 100% like it makes sense. Like he could theoretically have gone to that burger joint, to Julie's place, back to the Miracle Mile shop, to the mall, back up to the heliport,
In an hour?
all in an hour. Like
Whoa.
so, like it absolutely tracks.
So the movie like only takes place on the Miracle Mile.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And like the movie is like pretty accurate to like because this is the thing that I hate is like when a movie's like we have 40 minutes until the bomb drops, and then like the movie takes like 55 minutes to get to it.
Yeah.
But like this movie is like he says like in an hour the bombs will drop, in an hour he's like the bombs aren't dropping, and then like within like 10 or 20 minutes the bombs drop. But like between that, like the amount of time it would take for him to get to all of the places like absolutely matches, which I really appreciate. Just like that commitment to like being on the exact time, which I think adds a lot to the sense of like tension and dread throughout the movie.
What's your favorite scene in the movie?
Oh god, there's a ton. I love the gas station scene. Like that scene is batshit crazy. And like Wilson makes a really good point when he's like, they didn't have to pull the gun. Like I just sprayed them with the gas. Like they killed themselves by blowing themselves up. I love the scene right after Wilson, like the scene where Wilson's carrying his dead sister and he goes up the escalators and then they're going the wrong way. And it's so dark, but it's so funny because you're just like, oh fuck. And then the scene right after that where they're having the conversation in a room full of clocks. And like you hear just like the ticking of the clocks. And he like grabs the light bulb and he smashes it. It's all just so.
Oh yeah, that part.
Oh
was
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. And then the call scene. It's all like I love it. It's so well paced and it's so gonzo, which I love.
So with the phone call, he's basically like getting a call from this guy. He's saying he's in a missile silo.
Yeah. So this part doesn't really make sense for people who are our age because of like phone booths like don't really like exist anymore. But so yeah, the guy in the missile silo is trying to call his dad, but misdialed the last extension of the phone. So rather than go through to his dad for some reason,
213. He put 714.
yeah, the call went through to the phone booth, which he then picked up.
And then with a missile silo, is that just like a base or is like
That's where-
silo, like an actual?
He's like the guy that would be pushing the button.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, for
Crazy.
sure.
Wait, so then they kill him. So then, do they just replace him with another guy to blow up the
Well, the
world?
button's already been pressed.
Oh,
It's like a Doctor
oh,
Strangelove sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think that's the way things would go down?
Oh, absolutely. Like I think the like one of the really scary realizations is that like if Harry didn't pick up that call, everyone in Los Angeles probably like would have died in their sleep.
In
Yeah.
peace.
In peace.
In peace.
complete peace, yeah. Which is so like that another scene that's like actually kind of like really upsetting is when it's the news report and the fucking the reporter gets shot on TV.
Oh yeah, that part. Was
Yeah.
Yeah.
That part was cool.
Yeah.
Someone's car get robbed.
Maybe it's one of your guys' cars.
That's what I'm wondering.
You can go check if you want.
That is not my car.
The nuclear bomb drops when you go out there.
Yeah.
Here, Elijah, you want to speak in here? I can't see anything, man. They got it. Thanks for coming, Davey.
Yeah, of course.
What do you think of the layer?
I love it. It's exactly how I thought it was gonna look.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been years of just like putting work into it.
Yeah,
it's,
I bet.
it's honestly it's pretty close to like the ideal final form. Yeah, we got the red carpet now. We have like a projector screen up there.
Oh really?
Yeah, we need to set up like the projector a little bit, but
I almost wish in the garage, we had a 2-story garage where we could put the computers up there
Yeah.
and just have a full flat space.
Yeah.
me too. Really, the only thing we're missing is like surround sound. That'd be excellent.
Who was it?
I also really like the actor, the main actor, like,
Anthony
just,
Edwards,
like, the way
yeah.
he looks, like just the way they dressed him.
He has this really like dorky quality to him that I really like.
like an American dork.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Like I buy that this guy would get really attached to like the first like pretty girl that talks to him.
Yeah.
Because like that just like makes sense to me. Oh, another one of my favorite things is all the stuff with Julie's parents.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Like when he first meets the mom and the grandpa in the background like screams because like she's there, and like in the background you see him just like flipping her off and like being like really like unnecessarily aggressive towards her. And then yeah, that whole thing with them in the car, and like they keep going back from arguing to like not arguing.
Yeah.
That part reminded me of Donnie Darko when the parents were at the restaurant and they're like,
Oh yeah.
I think we should get a divorce.
This movie
Um,
also kind of reminds me of a little bit of Falling Down.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Falling Down
I
in
see
Miracle Man would be like a perfect like
What's
LA,
Falling Down?
Falling Down is like
the Joel Schumacher
Michael
film.
Douglas.
It's like this like middle aged like dad like he just basically goes crazy and he just like I don't even know how to describe.
He
It's
just
like,
has-
Kanye
it's
references
just-
it in Jesus.
It's just him having like a really bad day and just like everything. It's like After Hours where just like everything just keeps mounting and mounting.
yeah. But he gets like a gun and he goes and like
Shoots
robs,
up a
like,
McDonald's
Yeah,
or
robs
something.
a
What the fuck?
McDonald's.
Yeah. He goes up and he's like, oh, can I have a breakfast sandwich? And they're like, oh, we stopped serving breakfast at 11:05. He's like, it's 11:06. Yeah, but we stopped serving breakfast at 11:05, and that's when he's like, "Fuck it."
It's yeah.
And
Does it?
everybody in the
'Cause-
store's like looking at him. He's like, I'm not a bad guy.
Is it like the same time frame? What year is it?
It's like
like
90.
A little later.
I think
Okay.
so, yeah.
it's like the same genre of film as like Office Space, basically.
Mm.
I love movies like Miracle Mile and Falling Down that are just like point A to point B. Like that's all it is, and like it works really well for me. Like I think I just have a really simple monkey brain, and like just like movies about people trying to get to the place where they're trying to get to is like enough to satisfy me.
Yeah.
But another thing about Miracle Mile that I really love is just like it's so dark and like it never like feels like it, and like once the movie ends, like you feel like you're like shit, like
It's
that
pretty bleak,
it has a
yeah.
really bleak ending, and like it has a really like nihilistic outlook on like people and like how people act. Like ever like I nobody in all of Miracle Mile is like a good person besides Julie, and Julie dies by getting boiled to death in a helicopter with a man that she met 3 days ago. Like it's so unnecessarily mean. Thank you.
What is that?
That's tasty.
She has that one line where it's like, people will be nice to each other, won't they? It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
obviously- I was like,
That's
obviously
the
they're
insect's
not,
turn. Yeah. That scene, the other scene that like, the first time I watched it.
Was it, Mom? Yeah, we are. Yes. Are you kidding me?
Yes, please.
Oh, your pizza.
Anything's fine.
No.
No.
Anchovy and pineapple.
Pineapple?
I'm just kidding. I'm good with whatever.
Okay. Alright, I'll order you this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just do me a favor, clean up for yourselves. Because I'm not gonna be mom and annoying and
Yeah.
y'all ignore me. But
Yeah.
I can tell you.
Pick up after yourself, guys.
Yeah. I'll do
Where-
that you guys have
I'm
to
looking at
clean.
you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, now you're okay.
Better
You're
than
good.
you found it, okay?
Okay.
I'm getting so much like chewing feedback.
Like, okay, Mom.
But the scene right before they get to the top of the building, where they're in the elevator and the power goes out, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh shit, like is this it? And like that scene, the first time I saw it, like genuinely like made my stomach drop. I was like, fuck, like that would be so scary.
There's a bit of it that reminds me of like Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
Where it's like he's like trying to get to like his girlfriend. you know,
Yeah.
after like kind of just fucking up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that whole last sequence where like the whole city's panicking is genuinely like so upset. Like the part where he gives her the gun and she's like, I can. And he's like, no, just point it at people and like they'll leave you alone.
Then she does it.
Yeah,
right away.
Just like right off the bat. It's so funny that he's like, you won't have to use it. And like the second he leaves her, like a guy like walks up to her and tries to like touch her, and she's like, fuck.
Leave me alone. There's something about like apocalypse or like world-ending movies that are just like they are just kind of upsetting. Like I remember I watched 2012 in the theaters when it came out. I felt so upset.
Yeah.
after I watched that movie.
Well, okay, so something that I've always felt is I'm not a big fan of post-apocalyptic stuff, like stuff that happens like that takes place like years after the apocalypse. I find the breakout of the apocalypse way more interesting.
Yeah.
Like I'm not really into like I Am Legend or like
Do you like The Road?
I like The Road, but like
You
not
like
for the
Mad
same
Max?
reasons. I'm not a big Mad Max guy.
The movie that the apocalyptic movie that fucked me up when I was a little kid was Knowing. The one with
Knowing
Nicolas
scared the hell
Cage.
out of me,
I thought it
yeah.
was gonna happen.
I thought both 2012 and Knowing were gonna happen when I was little.
For real?
Yeah.
That's such a religious film. Like if your family was religious and they showed you that, they were like, that's real.
Yeah, yeah.
No, the whole thing with like the Mayan calendar in
Mhm.
2012.
So my family is
I was
Mayan,
ready.
and every time I would bring it up, my mom would just be like, "Yep, it's real." And then like it was like 2 years ago, and I was like, "Mom, like, why would you like tell me that?" She was like, "I just thought it was funny to tell you."
Nah, bro, she's saving her ass now, bro. Every Hispanic parent thought it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
real
no, for real.
until 2013 came around, and they were like, okay, I was just kidding. I was just kidding about that part.
The moment I remembered realizing, like the moment like I gained like critical thinking ability was like it was December 20th. It was like December 11th, so like the day before the world was supposed to end. And the news anchor on the TV was like, well, technically, it's already December 12th in Australia. And I remember being like, oh fuck, like, okay, like I guess, yeah. like does like the end of the world like go by time zone?
Low key, I was a little bummed out.
I was
like,
too a
"Damn,
little,
why isn't
yeah.
it-
That's why Nor
why is
became
it
Donnie
fucked up shit?"
Darko.
Yeah, I was like, I wish there was just like, I don't know, like a little something.
But no, like I find movies, cause like that's the thing is like if the apocalypse does happen, most people aren't going to live to see the post-apocalyptic. Most
Yeah.
people are going to see the breakout, which
Yeah.
is why I find it more interesting.
Except for us.
Well,
No,
we already know.
if the apocalypse happens, I'm killing myself. Like I'm not gonna try and outlive that
'Cause
shit.
I remember one time I was asking Kate, like, what would you do in a zombie apocalypse? She was like, die.
Yeah, like
come on, you gotta do something.
like you expect me to live without like fucking like plumbing for like the rest of my life? Like no, like I'm biting a bullet.
No more Instagram.
No, literally, like
IG.
you're telling me I can't go to fucking like Chick-fil-A for the next like 6 months? Like
Yeah.
sorry, no, I'm not.
6 months.
that was basically COVID. Look,
Yeah.
How'd you feel about COVID when it happened?
Well, okay, so COVID wasn't the end of the world. Like I knew like that shit was gonna be over eventually.
yeah.
And like low key, like I lived in a small town when it happened, so like nothing closed. So I was just
Where
like,
did you live?
I lived in Minden, which is like south of Carson City. It's like fucking like Cowtown.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well,
Yeah,
you're a real Nevada resident,
Oh yeah.
Where was
like,
Johnny supposed to go?
Johnny.
Wells, Nevada.
Oh yeah,
Wells?
well, you know Wells, Nevada,
Minden's smaller than Wells.
Wow.
but you know
Whoa.
Wells.
Yeah,
you-
yeah, yeah. No, like
Whoa.
I grew up on a farm.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's what's
yeah.
up.
Farm?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Like,
I've-
I had a pet chicken.
What was his name?
Garifinu.
Garifino.
Yeah, it's like in Honduras, it's like normal to have chickens as pets. So my mom, like we kept it indoors.
Did it disturb?
That's
Did
so
they
cool.
ever? Did you ever eat him?
No, but we would feed him chicken nuggets sometimes.
No way.
Yeah, like we would just feed him whatever like we had leftover. And if we had chicken, like we would just give him the.
Did he
chicken.
like it?
He ate it up. He loved it.
How would he use the bathroom? Was there like a chicken box?
He would go outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
He knew.
Was there a chicken door?
There was a dog door, but yeah, we used it as a chicken door. Like we had dogs and like it got along. Like chickens are great pets. They kill mice. They eat your weeds. So like we didn't like ever like do
What?
our weeds. They just like would go out and they would just peck the weeds.
Dude, I'm telling you.
What the hell?
You get a chicken.
Yeah.
Well, dude, how about?
Did it make
how
eggs?
How do cats and chickens get along?
We never had cats. I'm allergic
Oh.
to cats. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fuck cats.
Fuck cats. Yeah. No, I love cats. But yeah, growing up in Minden when COVID hit, like shit didn't really change. I vividly remember like being like, oh my god, like I'm never gonna be able to like go get like a sandwich at like the burger place, and then like the burger place was like, we're open 24 hours. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, because it's all like really deeply like conservatives who like were like, we're not gonna. Yeah, like they had like a huge Trump rally like in like June of 2020.
Yeah.
And then like that's when everyone started getting COVID. And then it got really bad and like it still didn't shut down, but by then I was already out of there. But yeah, like it didn't.
So
That's the thing. If I was in Vegas when the apocalypse happened, killing myself. But if I'm up there and I'm on the farm, like I could make do for a little bit.
You wouldn't try to go up there though.
No, that's too far.
so wait, does your
There's only like maybe like 4 or like 5 roads out of here or something. Like
Yeah, like it's gonna be packed. Like everyone's gonna be trying to go up north.
that? Yeah.
does your family still live on the farm?
No, they sold it for a smaller farm.
So, like closer to Vegas, like in Vegas or what?
No, it's in Hawthorne, Nevada,
Oh,
which is right by a military base. So if nuclear war ever breaks out, they're fucking donezo.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So wait, could you pet the chicken?
Yeah, do you want
No.
to see a picture
Yeah.
of it?
Did
Yeah.
you do the line thing with the chicken?
What's that?
The line
where
thing's like-
if you do a line, they can't move.
Yeah, you do the line and they look at it and they keep looking at it.
No, but I know how to put a chicken to sleep. If you put a chicken's head under its wing
Yeah.
and then you go like this, it just falls asleep. I think it actually passes out. But like when we'd want it to go to sleep, we would just do that and it would just go to sleep.
It was like it would just conform to it.
yeah.
It would.
The chickens.
What was its name?
You ever see like the chicken stabilization?
Show me the line thing.
Alright, I'll show you. Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Where's the chicken?
Chicken just looks at the fucking line.
No, we had a bunch of different like animals.
Is there any that you didn't like?
The fucking goats were mean. And then the cows. Okay, so we lived on a farm that was also what's it called? Not a slaughterhouse, but like a smaller, like it's like where they would kill the,
Like
like
a-
the cows.
Mhm.
We didn't do that, but we would sell our cows to do it to them. And so like sometimes the cows would like scream in the middle of the night, which
Right.
sucked.
Because they got killed, or because they knew they were gonna get killed?
It's because they would separate the cows and the cows would cry.
Oh, dang, that's sad.
It is really sad.
What? Yo, this is how we can make a Morris Paris with chickens.
Bro.
Look, if he takes the chicken away,
Amoros
if he
boyos.
takes the chicken away from it, it gets angry.
Oh, what the
Oh,
fuck?
yeah.
Yes, if you erase the line, they get mad. Apparently.
Then how the oh gosh.
You ever seen if you put a cucumber next to a cat, it'll get scared.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. Because
Yeah.
they think it's a snake.
They think it's a snake.
Does
I,
that
I
happen to
never,
your cat?
I never tried it. No, I never tried it. My mom and Kate would be so fucking pissed.
Do it for the Halloween special, a prank.
Yeah, pranking the fucking cats. Yeah.
Yeah, prank a black cat.
I've seen videos where they put like tinfoil like on top of like the table counters, so when a cat jumps on top of it, it'll touch the tinfoil and it'll immediately just like jump off of it.
This is so unrelated, but you know what else was scary as fuck about living up there? Bears.
Bears.
Bears
Oh, fuck
are
that, yeah.
I like scariest animal, hands
no.
down. Like I'm not afraid of any other animal except a bear.
Did you like see him in person often?
Yeah, like all the time. Like they would like go through our trash and shit. Like you have to get like special like cages to put over your trash can so they don't like go through it.
Do they
Could-
scratch their backs on the trees?
On your cars sometimes, yeah.
Oh my god.
There-
You would
there's-
see that from like inside your house?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What do you do about that?
You either leave them alone and wait till they go away. They call animal control. There's a specific problem that happens in like the autumn where the fruits that grow on trees, they fall off and then they ferment and then the bears eat them and they get really aggressive because they're drunk.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
What kind of bears are they?
I think they're just like brown bears.
Oh fuck.
Jared, thank you for
Did you ever-
sharing your life with us.
Yeah.
Did you ever see any like outside while you were outside? Like
Yeah,
did you ever
yeah,
have
yeah.
like interactions with him?
I've never like touched a bear or like you know, but like
Ridden one? You ever just
Oh my god, this is crazy. I don't. Okay, so one time in high school, me and a bunch of friends went swimming, but we were just in like our chonies because we didn't bring like swimsuits or anything, and we left all our clothes on the beach, and then we were in the water, and the bear came out, and it was like going through like our clothes, and then like it walked away.
Oh
But, like
my
we were
God.
really scared because like we were in the water, and we were like, if that bear just like, because like that's
What
the,
if it's gonna swim?
that's the thing about bears. You can't outrun them, you can't outclimb them, you can't outswim them.
Right. Yeah.
So like if that bear gets angry, you're dead. But yeah, we were all like in the water, and it was nighttime too, so it was really scary.
Whoa.
He just went away.
You know what's funny though? Like when I saw it, I was like, "Is that a guy in a bear costume?" I was like, "No," because like you don't like believe it when you see a bear. But then I was like, "Oh no, like that's a real bear."
Wow.
Yeah.
I've been seeing videos recently of like a. Well, I forget what kind of bear it is. It's like it was at a zoo, but it was like standing.
Oh, the
straight
one
up
in
like a
China,
monkey.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, that was weird.
It almost looked like a guy in a costume. Like just like the way it was standing, I was like, what?
That is the weirdest shit. Cause like I don't know how to explain it, but like genuine, like when you see a bear like in real life and like you've never seen a bear before, like. Yeah, my first I was like, is that a guy in a bear costume? Because like, no way, that's an actual bear.
Bro,
Yeah, they had to do more videos to like confirm it was a
Yeah.
bear.
Yeah. Yes, people always talking about like the pigeons being robots, or like being like government spies and whatnot. But
It's
maybe-
bears.
Maybe the bears, yeah.
Bear
Open
spies.
season.
Bears are so
It's
scary.
because they got human chimeras.
Human comment.
You know what's scary about bears is that if you're in like a big group of people and like you like a bear is like angry, like it'll get angry at like one specific person,
Bruh.
and like no matter like what you do, like it'll just like keep follling that one person.
All right, who's the bear going for if he came in?
Probably
Definitely
Elijah
Elwood.
since he's the tallest.
Nah, boy.
And like that's the thing, like even if like if you're like in a big group of people, right, and the bear has its eyes set on one person, and that person is outrunning everyone else, the bear will run like out of the way of the other people just to get the one person that has its like eyes on.
Had people like died from bears up there?
Oh yeah, like bear attacks. Like people don't die from bears that often, but like bear attacks happen pretty because people go out there and they're fucking stupid and they don't think about bears, and then like they don't know what to do. That's the thing. Like what you do depends on like what kind of bear it is. So like if it's like a black bear, you're supposed to. Fuck, I don't remember. This is gonna be totally wrong. I don't want to put out false information and tell people what to do with the wrong bears.
Yeah.
Like certain
I'm gonna
bears,
clip this.
certain bears you're supposed to like play dead. Certain bears you're supposed to like fight. Like if they attack you, certain bears you're not supposed to fight if they attack you because they will fight harder. But the scariest thing is that all bears do this thing where if they think you're a threat, they'll run towards you. And if you run, they'll realize that you're prey, so they'll eat you.
Yeah.
So no matter what, if a bear like charges at you, you just have to like stand in place.
Oh, what the fuck?
Could you close your eyes at least?
Yeah, but like, can you imagine like how scary? Like, I don't know.
Well-
You're asking me like I'm a bear, but
I kind of already knew all this because I've seen Cocaine Bear.
cocaine bear. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
They
heard.
talk about that
Okay.
cocaine bear, bro.
Now wait, is this real? I got this from an episode of The Middle. Did anyone ever watch
Yes,
The Middle?
on
I did
ABC.
watch that.
Okay. Are bears attracted to period blood?
No.
Oh.
What the fuck?
No,
but
that's
but they do get attracted to like certain like perfumes and shit.
Oh yeah.
Like period blood.
I got that from The Middle.
The funniest thing about the cocaine bear story is that like the real story is that like the bear like ate a bag of cocaine and then just died.
Yeah. But like, because it was based off like a meme. Like someone basically was in the comments going like, yeah, but for 10 seconds, that bear was the fucking most dangerous creature on earth.
Well, aren't you see they're making cocaine shark now?
Oh my
Bro, what
god.
the fuck?
You know who made Cocaine Bear?
Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah, Elizabeth Banks. Who she also made the Charlie's Angels reboot.
And
but-
Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, she's the host in Pitch Perfect. Like she's like the judge or whatever.
But she's the assistant in the the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies.
Isn't she also the girl in the Hunger Games with the?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's the announcer.
Anyway.
Interesting career.
But
Back to the miracle.
When was the first time you saw Miracle Mile?
Freshman year. Yeah. I
Of
was,
high
like,
school or?
High school. I was like 14.
Whoa.
I think I saw like a clip of it on like a Watch Mojo list, and I was like, all right, that's what I'm watching tonight.
Are you? What are your thoughts and feelings on Watch Mojo?
They fell off.
they really did fell off,
Then
bro.
now it's like top 10 cookies.
Once.
Captain Kings again.
I don't know why they started making their videos like 24 minutes long. Like they do not need to be that long. Like I'll occasionally like go back and like watch like old Watch Mojo videos, and it's like they're like 5 minutes long, and it's like I don't know, because I feel like the thing about Watch Mojo lists is that it should be like the point should be to get you to tell you about something, but not to entirely inform you about it.
Yeah.
So like it should be like, oh, this is interesting. Let me look it up. But now it's like we're gonna take 10 minutes to like describe every single thing plus the honorable mentions.
Yo.
It's so annoying. And like they're like you said, like they're doing lists that like they've already done. So it's like another top 10 most insane movie ending twists that you don't know about.
Yeah.
Top 10 Donnie Darko moments.
No. There's so many specific ones. I stopped watching Watch Mojo around middle school, so about the time they started doing honorable mentions and shit. But I remember I was there when they had the video where it's like top 10 baddest bad guys of all time.
Could you look up Watch Mojo?
Sure.
Just see
It
what
sucks
the
too,
most
'cause,
recent
like,
videos are.
like a lot of my favorite movies that like I found from Watch Mojo. Like I'm not
Yeah.
afraid to say
That's
it.
how I
We're,
watch-
we're the Watch Mojo generation.
Yeah.
No, that's how I found Brick. That's how I watched Brick.
That I found out Battle Royale from Watch.
That's how I found Jeff Buckley.
I think the issue is because they post multiple times a day.
Top 10 craziest Florida man stories. Top 10 food scandals you completely forgot about.
Top 10 Power Rangers? Top 20 Power Ranger weapons.
Also,
I'm
like
gonna watch
it's,
that one.
It's like it's insane that they put out that many videos. Like they put out like 100 a day or something.
Yeah,
Like,
they just put out. This one was a day ago.
So they put out
8
7.
videos in like literally 24 hours.
What's their
What's that Chris Rock one?
That one's funny.
Bro,
Top 10 shocking things Jada Pinkett Smith has done.
Did you see that she said about Will Smith?
Oh, which part?
Well, because apparently they've been separated for like
7 years.
Yeah, so she was really surprised when Will Smith called her his wife.
Did you hear about Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake?
Oh yeah,
What
bro.
happened
It's
there?
crazy.
Did you
Britney
guys-
Spears revealed that she got pregnant with Justin Timberlake's baby, and then he made her abort it.
Yeah, in like the
Whoa.
year 2000. So like when they were still like the
Whoa,
hottest
they're-
shit,
Whoa.
That's just like Inside Llewyn Davis.
bro.
Just like so much chewing going on.
Sorry.
This is to keep our audience relaxed. At this point in the podcast, we can't be building them up.
Oh, Jalen said, I was drowsy till Elijah said that, referring to the period blood. Period blood part.
I don't know.
Are also a scary thing.
Snakes?
You know?
Should we wrap up Miracle Mile?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
This is crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. I like this more than the Edward Norton one.
This movie holds up. You know, I think this is a misunderstood classic right here.
I've never seen this movie.
This is the Miracle Mile of Ang Lee's career.
This movie walks so Scott Pilgrim could run. There's some of the stuff they do with panels and things.
Is this the Mark Ruffalo? No.
No, this is the Eric Bana one, directed by Ang Lee, coming off of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
What year did this come out?
2003.
2003.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I never watched the movie in full, but I remember one time I was in like a daycare, but like it wasn't a full blown. It wasn't an actual daycare. It was like this Latina woman that my mom would drop us off with, and she had like a daycare center in her garage.
we should do one. We should open one.
They had like you know those like foam mats that were like almost like Legos. Like,
Yeah,
The
like
puzzle
connected-
pieces?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pieces. It was like that, and then they had a TV, and we were just watching this movie, and it was just trippy, bro. I felt like.
Is that when you
weird
gained
experience.
consciousness?
Yeah, probably, I think it might
Norbert
have
looked
been,
down at his
actually.
hand.
Yeah, it was a weird experience.
Did your parents ever watch like the Telemundo movies like dubbed in Spanish?
Oh no, of
Oh, yeah,
course.
it's-
Yeah.
yeah.
They,
So like one of the only movies I remember they had was like The Fly. So they were always showing The Fly dubbed in Spanish.
I remember the Edward Norton Hulk actually in Spanish all the
Really?
time. Yeah.
So I just have these like vivid memories of like Jeff, like poorly dubbed, like Jeff Goldblum, like melting, and I'm like 5, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, that's a pretty fucked up movie to watch.
Yeah.
That movie
I
disturbed me when I was a kid.
remember watching 2012 with the Spanish dub. That's what my dad has a very specific set of favorite movies, and that's one of them. Like every
Yeah,
time I go
that's-
to his house, like he has 5 discs in a cabinet. He got the DVD. He threw the plastic away, like the case, and kept the disc in a drawer. And he has 2012. He has Step Up. He has Goal 1 and 2, and he has Cinderella Man, directed by Ron Howard.
What's that one scene in 2012 where it's like his ex's new boyfriend?
Oh.
He gets like crushed.
He gets caught in the gears of the arc.
That shit disturbed me. as a child.
I was at my brother's wedding like a month or 2 ago, and they had that playing on. It was like the hotel TV.
Yeah.
So me and Floyd watched it, and there's a lot in that movie that I'm just like, I don't remember this happening.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing about they have to like heliport in the animals onto the ark to like preserve them.
Oh really?
And then there's also a scene where like they assassinate the president of France because he's gonna speak out about the arcs, and they do it by blowing his car up in the same tunnel that Princess Diana died in.
Bro.
Yeah. Like like they say that in the movie. They're like, he died in the same tunnel that Princess Diana died in.
Yeah, I remember after that movie came out, I talked to my brother and my family a lot more about like, here's what we do.
Yeah, yeah.
Shit, like here's the plan. We're meeting over here.
What would Johnny say? Would he just like listen?
He's like, yeah. That's
I'm low key like a prepper like that. Like I always think about things like that. Like our closet is like stocked with like
For real?
flashlights.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's. I remember when for COVID, I got my mom to buy a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Like in like January of like 2020, just because I was freaking out about it. But
Number 1 survival tip is get to know your neighbors.
I'm fucked.
Yeah. like the statistics on like who survives and like mass like casualty disasters is like your odds get significantly better the more you know your neighbors.
Damn, I gotta start getting more social.
I would try to break into the school, into Del Webb, surviving
Yeah.
there.
I feel like that field over there would be a great place to start like a giant ass like garden, like a
Compound.
big ass field.
Weed farm.
Tobacco farm.
If the apocalypse happens, I'm just doing all of like the worst drugs, just going out
Are
crazy.
you like that guy on the roof who?
Yeah. Like
Fry
that.
my
Like
brain
he
for
he
nothing.
had the right, maybe not with the dead body, but
Yeah.
he was having a good time.
Yeah.
It's all going all the way to Tia fucking Wana.
That was a funny line.
What's that actor's name?
I have no idea. I just watched another movie. Oh,
He's
no.
in Men in Black, right?
I don't know.
Is that the cockroach guy?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He's in Scandal.
What else is Anthony Edwards in?
Top
He's in
Gun.
Top Gun. He's Duck.
Oh, no,
Or
Goose.
Goose.
He's also
Duck.
in Zodiac.
Okay, maybe that's what I was remembering.
Yeah.
Wait, is he
He's one of the detectives.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like the scene where they interview the Zodiac.
Yeah.
He gives like dad vibes now though. He's bald and stuff.
He's adorable. He just goes throughout that whole movie, just like the whole the scene with the shopping cart is actually like a really cute scene.
Oh yeah, in the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
That scene was fun. I was kind of pissed. I was like, dude, he's got to tell her.
Yeah,
Like,
I would be
like,
mad
you
as fuck
can't-
if I
you
were
can't- You
her.
can't lie, bro.
Why did he have to tell everyone something different though?
Yeah, for real. That shit was fucked when he tells what's the name of the girl again?
Julie.
Julie, when Bubba tells Julie like, oh yeah, he told me that it was like a cloud or whatever, like a meltdown, and it's like, damn, dude, he's dying because of a lie technically.
Mm-hmm.
And so like that's kind of fucked.
I love the delivery when Julie's like, he believed you because he heard it from Landa, and Landa heard it from you, and you heard it from who? The phone.
Yeah, that's a fun line actually.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So did the power go out in his apartment? Just kind of that was kind of random, right?
Okay, so rewatching
It
that
was
last
fake.
time, that actually kind of pissed me off because it doesn't make sense. Because the power goes off because he flicks his cigarette, and then the bird takes the cigarette, goes up.
That was
puts
a
it in
crazy
the
shot.
nest.
Where the bird has the fucking cigarette
Yeah.
in its mouth.
Yeah, I don't know how they did that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But my problem is the cigarette would not have stayed lit for that long.
Yeah, no, ain't no way.
They were built
no
different
way.
back then. Cigarettes.
I feel like as a screenwriter, there's probably a lot more simple of a way to make the power go out in the building.
You can just make the power go out.
They
Like-
just wanted
like-
the bird. They wanted the bird to have the cigarette.
The director knew some guy who like could train birds, and he was like, "Nah, like this is what we gotta do."
It's gotta be in there, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
I know
yeah.
it doesn't make sense. but
Trust,
it's gotta
trust,
be.
yeah.
That's the whole movie.
I got other birds.
He had that was the first idea he had for the movie.
That was the first thing that they shot. It
There
was
this substitute teacher at my middle school who he was just like a frequent sub there, and like everyone was like, if you got him, it's like, oh shit, I had Mr. Earthman today, and he was
Mr. Earthman?
Mr. Earthman. He was this, I don't know, he had to be like in his 60s or 70s, but he was kind of stern, a little annoying sometimes, but he's actually a good guy. But like when he would call roll call, he'd be like, I might say your first name, I might say your last name, you just gotta pay attention. And he would be real stern and stuff, but apparently
Did he
like
actually say it like that?
he was just like, he's an old man, and he said though he could train like pigeons. So one time he trained pigeons or something, and he was subbing one day, and he's like, I can really do it too, like, you know, some kids think I can't, but I can. And I guess one time some kid like wrote something like, fuck you, Mr. Earthman, on the thing, and his pigeon like returned it to him or something. And he brought it to class the next day.
Whoa, that's crazy. We had a sub that was really mean called Mrs. Hotho, and she wrote her name on the board, and a girl went up and erased the T, and so it said Mrs. Ho-Ho, and then the sub cried.
I remember
When teachers would cry, it would be like the most uncomfortable experience.
Yeah.
Bro.
That ever happened to you at Clark?
Ah, fuck, I think so. Oh, yeah, I think because my Spanish teacher, Miss Hernandez, she had like cancer or something.
Damn.
I'm trying to think. It happened in middle school a couple times for sure.
It happened. It happened twice to me at Clark.
With who?
Yeah, what happened?
Miss Gentile.
Oh yeah. Oh no, Miss. She would cry. She was emotional.
She was supposed to have like hip surgery or something, and she was really into doing like a CrossFit in the morning or whatever. And like maybe a few days before she had it, the doctor basically said like, you can't do CrossFit anymore. And she just like, she's like writing a math problem down, and then she just starts talking about that and crying, and then she just stops and goes back to the.
She was like 6'4" though, and like just.
Yeah.
Was
She's a
she
little awkward.
Was she married to another math teacher?
No, so her name used to be Mrs. Wasserman, and there was another teacher there who was a math teacher named Mr. Wasserman, and they were completely.
Interesting.
She was actually kind of nice, but she just was a little awkward.
She had where was she from? Because she had
New Jersey.
Yeah.
Because she would say swap and grade, but she'd say swamp and grade. Swamp and grade. Yeah.
What?
I had two teachers. One of them didn't cry, but he was a substitute in my middle school, and like everyone knew because he was very distinct. Because he had his, I don't know what it's called. I think he was just born like with a disability, like where his arms were like this, like kind of like T-Rex arms.
Cerebral palsy.
No. Like it just didn't look like they grew out all the way. Does that make sense?
But were they like that?
They were kind of like this. One arm was definitely smaller than the other arm, and it was just like the thing was that he would make, obviously be like, oh, pass these sheets around, but he wouldn't like give it to one kid and pass it around. He would like ask you to come up and like grab it from him. So like you would just go up and like you would grab it from him, But like,
like Scary Movie too.
yeah, kind of like Scary
Ah,
Movie
little
2.
hand.
Yeah, with the little hand. But the thing was, it was just awkward because you'd go up, and like he would like as soon as you like, so he'd be like you. So imagine like you're like a student.
Mhm.
He'd be like you'd come this close. He'd be like, and you would just grab it, and he'd be like, yeah, go back.
Interesting.
And then I had another teacher, an actual teacher in high school, and I don't know. She was a very emotional person. She was very kind of, she's just kind of weird. And I remember this class started, and she was like, "Oh, how's everyone doing today?" And everyone was like, "Good." Like everyone's like, "Yeah, good." And she just started crying. And then she cried for like a minute. She walked back to her desk and like cried, and no one knew what to do. Like everyone was just kind of just sitting there. And then one girl stood up and went over to her, like pat her on the back, and she stops crying. She goes, "Go sit down."
Damn.
But I remember like after that, no one made fun of the teacher, but they made fun of the girl that went over to like comfort her. They're like, "Why the fuck would you go touch her, bro?" Like.
Why would you touch?
We had a track coach who fell down the bleachers and she like rolled down the stairs.
Oh.
And it was really funny.
Oh.
And I'm not gonna lie, it was really funny. But I think she broke her like pinky or something. And everyone was like, "Oh my god, like, are you okay?" And like she left, and like obviously like we laughed about it like during practice. But she came back the next day and she like cried in front of all of us, and she was like, "I can't believe you guys laughed at me." It was so like I do feel really bad about it, but also the image of somebody rolling down the stairs is so funny, and I will never forget it. And then
There were, like the whole class left.
the whole track team, dude.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it was.
That's like what, like,
And listen, like stadium bleachers are made of aluminum,
Oh,
so you know
yeah.
it was like do 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 like
Yeah,
as
it's,
she
like,
was
loud as
rolling
fuck,
down.
probably,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
She
remember-
dented every seat as she went down.
And my one teacher crying story was my photography teacher. She was like European. I don't know what country she was from, but she had an accent. And we learned about photography, but we mostly didn't do much in that class. Like we had laptops, and dead ass like almost every day we'd just play Happy Wheels all the time. It's like we got like we were like MLG at like practice fuck at Happy Wheels. We got really good at that game, and like just breaking the levels and stuff. But I did learn a bit about photography, and it was I looked forward to going to photography class, but she just wasn't she wasn't the best at communicating. Like I'll say that for sure. So one day these two girls send around a piece of paper, and on it says, I've learned nothing in this class or something like that. And there's already like a few signatures from students on it.
Oh my god.
And so I was like, me and my friends, we're playing Happy Wheels. They're like, oh, that's funny. Yeah, let's sign it. So it goes around the whole class. The class is like U-shaped with like the desk. The desk is like a long U-shaped desk basically. So we're watching. It goes all the way around the class. Everybody signs it. It gets back to the girls at the start, and we're like, all right, that was you're like, yeah, fuck yeah, this class sucks. Then the girl
Oh
gets
my
up,
god.
and we're like, oh shit. She just walks over because the teacher had her own like little office in the room. It was weird. She goes into the office. She delivers it. Like she gives it to her, and then she walks away. Obviously, everybody's looking.
It's like, what the fuck?
There's like a window. The teacher, but she doesn't. She just looks at the paper and just starts crying.
Bro.
I immediately, I just felt terrible. I was like, oh my god, bro. Like,
What if
Why'd the girl do
we are
that?
terrible human beings. I don't know, dude. She just
Well,
wanted to do that.
What if the teacher made started the petition?
Yeah,
and gave it to the first girl.
She wanted to see something.
Yeah, she wanted to see something.
Have you guys ever had a teacher fight a student?
One time in
No.
8th grade, like, our math teacher was kind of crazy, and I don't remember seeing it, but apparently she threw a pencil at a kid, and it hit him in the throat, and he told like the dean and shit like that.
Our sophomore year history teacher threw a whiteboard eraser at a kid, and the kid got up and fought him, and they got in a fight. And
What the fuck?
the teacher won though. It was crazy. Yeah. And then he got fired.
Yeah.
But he still stayed on as a football coach,
Interesting.
which is yeah.
Why would you fight the fucking football coach?
Yeah, and he was like the defensive coach
Oh,
too,
God.
so like he was a big guy.
I remember in middle school there were during lunch it was this the kid kind of reminded me of Donnie Darko. Like he was like a really he was a really
Fucking
skinny.
reminds me of Donnie Darko.
It was like Donnie Darko mixed with like Maddie. where like it was like it kind of looked like Maddie's brother, where it was like a really skinny like white kid, like kind of short, like jet black dark hair, like naturally very pale, and then some kid was making fun of him, so he straight up just fucking hit him with his binder, just kept like hitting him like smacking him around, and when the people saw it, they were like, oh fuck, so they went over to him, but then he started swinging at the teachers. Like he's like, don't touch me, don't touch me.
Chad,
And he tries to run out, like he tries to run into the hallway, and a science teacher, a bunch of tattoos. He's from Kentucky, bunch of tattoos, a Primus tattoo across his chest.
What the fuck?
And like glasses. He comes up, he grabs the kid and fucking puts him in a headlock, and he's like, get off of me, get off of me. He's like, not until you calm down, not until you calm down.
Yeah.
And that the teacher didn't get in trouble or anything like that, but I think he probably should have. Because that kid was definitely getting hurt. Like he was like squeezing him. Like it wasn't like this. It was like his arms were from under like his armpits, and he held the back of his head like that.
Damn. Yeah, that sounds uncomfortable. So anyways, back to the Miracle Mile.
Yeah.
Should we just give ratings?
Sure,
Any
but
closing
I'm
remarks?
for ratings.
I enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
Thank you for recommending it, Davey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think my one issue with it is probably just like some of the pacing.
Yeah.
And like the second half, like there's some parts where it's like, oh, I wish it went more like this direction, or I wish it went more this direction. But I think the consensus after Anthony and I watched it was like, yeah, it did keep you guessing. It was like, I didn't know what was gonna happen, so I'd probably give it like somewhere between like a 7.5 and an 8 out of 10, around there.
I think I'd give it like a 6.5 out of 10. Yeah.
I'd give it a 74 out of 88.
I liked the film. I definitely I was watching it, and at the end I was like, man, that was like, it did remind me of like After Hours a lot, but like a lot more like zany, I guess. But I liked it. I think I'd probably give it like a solid like 27.8 out of 40. It was pretty good. It was pretty solid.
10 out of 10.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Nah, if I had to like realistically rate it, I'd give it like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
But just because I love it so much, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Sick.
that was episode 37.
Episode 37 in the bag.
Do we know who the next guest is going to be?
We have no clue who the next guest is going to be. And to our listeners out there, if you want it to be you, let us know what you're willing to do.
All right, so
Whoa. That was like a
anyways,
Busta Rhymes rhyme.
So who's is it you and me that are picking, or me and Elijah? Or?
Yeah, or
Okay.
Elijah.
Do you know what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay, I know what I want to do.
All right, you go first.
You guys had to rock, paper, scissors for it. Do it for the camera, though. Do it for the
On shoot,
camera.
yeah, sure. On shoot.
Where's the
Shoot.
camera? Okay.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
All right, go for it.
Halloween 3 Season of the Witch.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
okay, let's go.
All right. I'm choosing Hellraiser.
Oh,
Hellraiser.
okay. Wait,
That'll be fun.
I guess we'll talk about this more. Maybe we should do it on Halloween.
Maybe, yeah. Man,
That'd be kinda sick.
I think it's a Tuesday this year.
It is a Tuesday,
Okay.
unfortunately. Yeah.
All right.
It's almost as bad as Monday.
Yeah, last year was Monday.
Was last year Monday?
Yeah.
Was it? Damn.
Shout out to the film fans.
Yeah, we need to get Halloween back on Friday, bro. This is not my Halloween.
Not by Halloween.
Yeah.
By the time we record this next podcast, the Halloween special will be out. So stay tuned.
Woo!
Woo!
Should be fun. But all right. Any last words? Anything you guys want to?
You want to plug us one more time, Davey?
Subscribe to Butcher PD on Instagram. That is BUTCHERPETEY. Damn, I kind of ate that. Phantasmic issue number 3 drops October 25th. Just got the cover art. Shit looks sick as fuck.
Nice. Oh yeah.
Thank you guys.
Of course. Yeah. it was a
Thank
pleasure
you,
having
Davey.
Thank you, Davey.
But, all right. I'm gonna put into it.
322.
Goodbye.
Pretty quick. There's this one teacher at Cashman named Miss Oshinsky.
Wait, you went to Cashman?
No, but a lot of kids from Clark did. And she basically had 3 fingers.
This is Bat Country.